Welcome back. Welcome back. It's another day, another dollar, and we got another good show for you guys. This is the Average Day Joe show, and I'm your host C.
And Jay, what's up? What's up?
How's it going, man? How you doing today?
Excellent. A lot of clarity, mental clarity. Tough workout last night. I hit legs. It was a tough one. Real
Yeah,
tough one.
my bad. My
Uh,
bad. I couldn't come with you yesterday, man. I took a trip to Albuquerque.
oh yeah, it's
Literally,
all good. Understandable.
I left at 4 in the morning. I drove pretty much 16 hours. I got to Albuquerque. We chilled for
Wow.
like a little bit, and then I flew back this morning. So I'm back. Wanted
Wow,
to
that's a
do the
tough one.
show. Yeah, it was
That's a
tough.
really tough one. Wow.
Got a little bit of a headache, but it's all good, man. The show must continue. We got to do it for the people, you know what I mean? And the average day
Always.
community deserves the best, nothing but the best. So
Yes, sir.
got to make this happen for them. So yeah, everything good though, right? What you did?
Excellent.
You,
Huh?
you said you did legs yesterday?
Yeah, I had a really tough squat day. It's so when I start legs for the week, in the beginning, everything else is going to increase.
Mm-hmm.
So that'll be good for my workout tonight. Obviously, tonight
Yeah,
is chest night. So
yeah. I'll be there with you.
yeah,
We'll be this together.
yeah, that's what I mean. Like, so my testosterone, legs release a lot of testosterone. That's why when you do it in the beginning,
Uh-huh.
everything else is going to increase throughout the week.
Right, right.
So
What
it'll be good.
what I know you do the Chef of Jeff episode. What do you for leg day? Because I know it's one of the toughest ones, and that's like core value type thing.
Yeah.
What do you usually prepare to, like, as your pre meal for leg day to to
Well,
have strong?
well, lately I've had a lot of steaks. I've been because I got a deal on tri-tips and ribeyes. So
Uh-huh.
yeah, for leg day I had another steak. I had a ribeye.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, the
Just
other
one?
day I had tri-tip, but I had ribeye last night, and I threw mushrooms, carrots, and a little like what's it called? Celery.
Celery. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, because I always try to have some type of green,
Yeah.
whether it's kale, celery, Brussels, asparagus, any one of I try to have one green with the vegetables, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Right.
Always. I like I'm balanced, bro. Got to be
Yeah.
balanced with what I cook, you know?
Right. Right.
That's why I can never do like a full carnivore. Like if I didn't have like any of the other stuff, I could do a full carnivore diet because I have a lot of meat in my diet.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
I could never do a full carnivore because I love my vegetables, bro. Like I
Yeah.
feel like vegetables I'm just balanced. You know what I
No,
mean?
definitely. And
Yeah.
celery, I heard, is like one of the better things because it
Yeah.
actually removes a lot of aluminum from your body. Because we're
Yes.
exposed to so much aluminum every day that
Yes.
it's one of the better things for your body to be able to, like, to do that and clean your
Yeah.
system. You know?
Exactly. Well, that's why I always try to add greens. I feel like greens just are very good for your body.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's just healthy.
Have you tried the carnivore diet?
I tried it for like a couple weeks, like we're talking like I don't know, like a few years ago. Like
Hmm.
during the COVID time I tried it.
Oh, did you? Yeah,
Yeah, I think it was COVID or a little before around then, and
yeah,
yeah, it was just messing with my system, man. Like, like to just have meat all day, every day, all day, every day. I love meat, but like you gotta have high fats too.
yeah, yeah.
So, like so a lot of bacon, a lot of bacon, a lot of bacon, a lot of like prime rib, prime rib, prime rib. You want high fat meat because the your body basically is going to use the fats as
Hmm.
energy instead of
Oh,
carbs.
yeah.
So, but a lot of the people I knew that did it said you have to do it for at least a month because you were at that point, like after a couple weeks, where your system was just messing with you, man. And it
Right.
really was. I was like, dude, I can't. This sucks.
Uh-huh.
Because my green, like I feel like, like with my balance of eating,
Yeah.
my greens and everything, like I know exactly, I could tell you the time I will use the bathroom after I eat every
Oh,
time.
okay.
It's like it's inevitable. I already know it, like, psh, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe Rogan swears by that, right? The carnivore diet. He's always the one that's kind
A
of the
lot of
top.
people do. A lot of
Yeah.
people do, man. And like I said, everyone that has done it that I know, they say mental clarity, they see things better and just I don't know, man. Like I don't know. I'm just a balanced individual, man. It would take a lot for me to just do that.
Right.
I love meat. Don't get me wrong. I eat a lot of meat throughout the week, but I also eat a lot of greens.
Well, I mean, the meat is what gets you that umph to get extra hard in the gym and stuff, right?
It
So,
does. Has that
yeah,
creatine in it, so the natural creatine. I don't take any creatine or anything, so when after steaks, when I have a couple of them, like I
right.
feel like a monster in the gym.
I know. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Well, let's move on to today's trending topics. We're gonna start with sports. So, Jay, if you want to take it on, let's.
Yes, sir. We're gonna start. Yeah, we're gonna start with the NFL playoffs. Hey, big ups to those Rams, man, for playing their butt off, man, for LA. Like they came out, them boys was pumped up, man. Before I knew it, it was like 17-3, and I was like, oh my God. Like, like I thought that was gonna be a lot closer game than what it was, man. But man, them, like it felt like there was a lot more Viking fans in the stands too, like hearing everyone cheer. And
Right.
like I feel like the Rams, man, they took everything personal, man. From that week of LA, the fires.
Right.
Man, those boys came out to play, man. They had 9 sacks in this game. 9. Like
Wow.
that, like I know Darnold looked very distraught, but getting sacked 9 times, I know he made a couple like bad throws, but man, he was just getting harassed all night, man. That
Right.
defense, that Rams did. Basically, what the Rams did is what I thought the Vikings would do to the Rams, the
Oh,
defense. Oh my God! I mean, it was bad, dude. Like, it was. Them boys were pumped up, man. They were
yeah.
really pumped up.
I,
Very
I think
impressive showing.
I think the craziest thing about that is they weren't even playing at their own home stadium. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
Like,
what I mean.
that's crazy to me. Like,
That's what I mean. They were pumped. They're like, dude, it's like they were playing for LA.
yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? For all the fire, them boys were pumped up, man. It was a really good showing for the Rams, man. Big ups to them, dude. Respect, because
Maybe maybe
that was impressive.
maybe Rams and Cardinals should switch cities. It looks like Rams, they're playing much better in the in the Cardinals stadium.
Like I said, man, they played that pumped up, but they just earned themselves a right to go to Philly now, man. And like I said,
Yeah.
Philly has the #1 defense in the league, one of the best running back I say in the league. So they got their hands full now, bro.
Do you think so? You think it was a good decision for them to because they it's only been like a few, like I don't know, like 5 years or something that the Rams came to LA. Do you think that was good for them to be able to do that?
Uh, I mean, they did good in St. Louis, man. They even won a Super Bowl. Remember
Yeah,
with Kurt Warner?
right, right.
I remember the St. Louis days, man. I don't know. Like they were originally in LA, back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
I
yeah,
mean, it's cool that they're there, but remember, the San Diego Chargers went to LA too. So I'm like
yeah,
that's what confused me. Like having the Rams go, like both teams, I don't think should have gone. That was weird.
yeah.
So
Right.
I don't like how both teams are in LA. Like if the Rams left St. Louis to go there, cool, but leave, the Chargers in San Diego. That's just weird to me. Like why have two teams? Like, it's kind of like it's similar to, LA, the basketball teams.
Yeah,
Clippers, Lakers. Like I was like, I get basketball, but football, I don't know. Very
yeah.
weird.
Right.
Very odd.
And San Diego it's like a major. It's like the third largest city in California. Like I don't
That
understand why they would.
exactly that I don't understand it either. That's what I mean. Like they said the market was so anytime you saw Charger games, you saw way more Raider fans. Do you
Mhm.
remember this in San
Yeah,
Diego? And I was like, why is there so many Raider fans? So I don't
yeah,
know. Maybe that had something to do with it. It's very odd.
yeah.
Very, very odd, dude.
But at the end of the day, I think it's just all for the money because the stadiums are so expensive to build. I
Yeah.
feel, what I mean, they're like, let's just put these teams two together. We know one is probably going to outshine the other team, but at the same time, they're going to help with like the recovery of paying for the stadium and all, So,
You think?
I mean, I don't see any other reason why. Maybe I also think like because maybe they weren't expecting like the teams to do so good right away, and
Uh-huh.
Rams kind of picked it up. I mean, even Chargers like the first few years they were in that stadium, they were doing pretty good. I
Yeah.
don't know the record this
Well,
year, but
the Rams, yeah, they've done good.
no, the
They've
Rams.
done
But
good in the stadium.
the Chargers, I'm saying, are like I mean, they're kind of like
Oh,
mediocre. They're not like that good. So I think they're like we need to at least have if we. It's like if you think about it, they have like double the chance of that stadium being utilized like in Super Bowl and
I
stuff.
get it. I get it. Okay.
They got
I
Houston,
get where you're going with this. Okay. Okay. That makes
so
sense.
that's the only thing. I think. And on top of that, the Chargers, the San Diego, and Anaheim, where the stadium is probably like an hour and a half, 2 hour drive. So they probably figured that, you know what, if the real dedicated Chargers fans, they'll probably still make it up time to watch the games if they need to type thing.
Okay,
That's
I can see
kinda,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
Just my little, little tip.
Hey, it's all good. I get it. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Cool.
Staying on the football tip though. Jerry Jones, as I remember yesterday, discussed Jerry Jones firing his head coach.
Yeah.
He hit up Prime, man. Deion Sanders, and I was like, hey, I see where Jerry Jones is going with this. Prime was the last time, the Cowboys won a Super Bowl. Deion was there, so I see where he's going with this. Hey, you know what? Each program that Deion has coached the past few years, he's changed. He's turned around.
Right.
Players got to respect someone that everyone respects. Prime. Why? He was an excellent player. He's done great as a coach. Solid dude.
Yeah.
If I were, I get where he's going. I would give up my quarterback, give up draft picks, get the number 1 pick this year, draft Shador, Deion's son, and boom, build it from there. I can't. I'm not a Cowboy fan. I can't stand the Cowboys, but having Deion there, that'd be kind of cool, man. That he, like I said, he won Super Bowl with them, and that was the last time they were actually good.
Right. But so when they were under Mike McCarthy, they didn't do anything at all. Like they never won any Super Bowls or nothing, right?
Nope. I mean, they're good during the season, fail in the playoffs. Nothing new. Same old story.
Yeah.
Same story.
And do you think if Deion Sanders does get that job, then his son is going to be playing for Dallas?
Of course, without a doubt. If they can swing that pick, that's what I would do. Because everywhere that Deion's been, so he has 2 sons. Both his sons have played on his teams that he's coached.
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive, man. It's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Right. Do you follow his? Are they as good as Deion was, or they're not as good? But
I mean, they're kids, bro. Prime is a different athlete, dude. Remember Deion, all-star cornerback and defensive back, but also remember he was excellent in baseball.
Mm-hmm.
You remember those times, it wasn't only Deion, Bo Jackson. Remember, he 2-sport athlete, going back and forth.
Yeah.
I don't know about his sons. They play, they seem cool. I don't know if they're Deion worthy, but I don't know. That's tough. That's tough because they're still kids.
Yeah.
They got a whole career to get better.
The 3 best players of all time, they all did multiple sports, which was Deion, and then Bo, and then Michael Jordan. Even though Michael Jordan was mediocre in baseball,
he played baseball.
But at least he tried. You know what I mean? He was like, all right, I'll give it a chance. I'm an athlete. I think I can do it. And he didn't do bad. He still was able to.
He wasn't. Yeah. I mean, but he was so good at basketball that, when you quit 2 years and then, all right, you know what? I'm going to go back and then win another. He won 3 rings, quit 2 years, and then won another 3 rings. That's how good at basketball. If he never retired, he would have had 8 in a row without a doubt.
Right.
Goat shit.
Have you heard, I don't know if you heard it, but I heard the reason why he quit basketball for those 2 years, it has something to do with, I will say, gambling per se. I don't know if you heard that theory.
I have heard that theory. I've heard that theory because he was in a lot of problem. I don't believe it because remember he was in a lot of gambling debt. Remember his father had passed. A lot of things were going on with Michael, dude, and but I don't think that changes. If he quits basketball, he's not going to win. I think he would have won 8 in a row easily.
Yeah,
he was killing them, dude.
Do you think, because I've seen a video of him talking about how he loves to gamble, but he did explain to everybody how he does it responsibly, he's not addict type thing. But
that's what I mean. I don't know. I don't see that's why he quit. I mean, he was playing baseball as you saw.
Right.
Literally. I just think dude, I won 3 in a row. This is pretty easy. Let me try, like you said, Deion, Bo, they're playing 2 sports. Let me try this.
Right. Right.
So I don't know. There's many theories I've heard. So I'm not sure about that, Only Jordan could tell you about that.
Right. But you know what's funny too is because he was such a dominant player, and he pretty much like when he was playing, he would always win for the most part. They knew they were going to go to championship. So like it would be, to me, it would not be like I could definitely see that he would like have his family members bet on Chicago almost every game because he was pretty much always going to win. Like, you know what I mean? So
why wouldn't you?
That's what I'm saying. He probably made a lot of money on betting on having like family members bet on himself. And that's why he probably was also even more dominant as a player because he had that extra like of like I have this big bet on me and I'm gonna have to like outshine everybody so I can win this game and I get that money. You know what I mean?
Well, who was gonna stop him? Yeah. I watched Jordan play. There was no one stopping Jordan.
Exactly.
Not even anyone in this day and age could stop Jordan. Right. If Jordan said, "I'm gonna score 60 on you," he would. Yeah. There was times where a lot of the other athletes would be like, like, don't piss him off. Right. You make Jordan mad and he'll explode on you.
Oh, definitely.
There were nights where he'd say, "Okay, I'm gonna put 50 on your player," and he would do it easily. Right. Like, bro, like Jordan was Jordan, dude. Like, you watched Jordan play. I watched Jordan play. There's no one like that.
Right.
With that killer mentality, you could have called Kobe very similar, I guess. You know what I mean?
I mean, with that kind of mentality, I would say Kobe, because Kobe basically, I mean, his whole everything that Kobe did, he pretty much just like watched Jordan do it. Yeah. Like, I mean, everything. Like all his moves are basically Jordan, and that's why Jordan even said, if anybody could beat me, it would be Kobe because that's me. You know what I mean? Like,
well, that's what I'm saying, but still. You can't like I said, I don't think if they were both in their prime, I don't think he could have beat Jordan. Like I said, I loved Kobe. I thought Kobe was awesome. You know what I mean? But I also saw watching Jordan, dude, like you said, if Jordan said, "I'm locked in and I'm gonna win," I don't remember Jordan losing,
Yeah.
Like, especially we're talking about the whole 90s run. Mm-hmm. That team never lost 3 in a row. We're talking in a span of what, 9 years?
Yeah.
Dude. Exactly. Like not one time they lost 3 in a row.
Right.
That's what I mean, man. That's different levels right there.
Oh, for sure.
Goat life.
Also, the new age people will try to say that in the prime of LeBron, he would probably be like that, but I don't personally believe that because I'm a huge Kobe fan. That's who I grew up with,
In the prime of LeBron.
That's new age thing right there because everybody tries to compare, and you know what I mean. LeBron is like he's
not even close. Not even close, bro.
What's taking LeBron, up to this age where he's playing now, he still hasn't even like shattered a lot of the records. Like
that's what I mean. He's in his 25th year? Like, bro, come on, stop. Exactly. You still chasing Jordan? You're like
I really feel that's the only reason he's still playing. He's like, you know what? I'm just trying to beat. I want to be the all-time greatest, so I'm going to try to like play as long as I can, beat some of these records. You know what I mean? But
it's already tainted with his finals record. You know what I mean? Like. Exactly. You do realize, Michael, he went 6-0 in the pros, but he also won in college, won with the Olympic. He never lost an actual championship.
Right.
That's impressive, dude. Yeah. So whenever it came down to like championship games, the dude never lost.
Yeah.
Like, bro, like there's levels to this.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So like you said, when Jordan was locked in, and even if you never know, had the bets on him, bro, it was done.
Yeah, definitely.
He was gonna take care of it and finish the game. Yeah. Give me the ball. You guys get rebounds.
Yeah. So you just I'm gonna give you my top 3 for I think the players that are like, I mean, I'll say like the most dominant and the most locked in players that if they put that mental in, they're gonna win the game. And I'm gonna give you my top 3. And Jordan is already included, right? Then you got Kobe for 2, and I would say a third pick that is truly like super dominant no matter what would be Larry Bird. What do you think about that?
Larry Bird was definitely dominant, dude. Yeah. He definitely was dominant. He was one of those people. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he was like on a whole nother level. You know what I mean? When he actually like I'm gonna dominate, he did it like and he did it in a really like, you know what I mean, a really dominant way. I would say that those 3 players right there probably were pretty much the most dominant players when it comes to being well-rounded, where they can do everything. Because you got
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal, who's very
I
dominant,
was
but
gonna say Shaq was dominant too, bro.
he couldn't shoot threes. He couldn't do a lot of the stuff that
Yeah,
they
I
could. You
know.
know what I mean? So
So you
that,
meant
that
all around. Okay, yeah, I get it. I get it.
round dominant player, you know what I mean, where they can actually like hurt
Yeah,
hurt the other team and like in multiple ways. You know what I mean?
yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, for sure.
definitely, definitely.
I can't argue with that. I like those three players. They were definitely dominant too in their time.
I mean, I knew you would agree with Barrett because he's Celtics and you're a Celtics fan. So
Well, I mean,
I called Larry Bird on that. I know you can't say.
yeah, but I mean, he was just a beast in general, bro.
Yeah, he
You
was.
know what I mean? He was
Yeah,
cooking so many people, dude. Like it was easy for Bird, man. You
yeah.
know?
You know what's crazy was so I got some cousins out in Chicago, right? And
Hmm.
my cousin's parents, they worked at a hotel like a Hilton, like a really big, like probably like the biggest hotel in Chicago. And
Yeah.
and back in the day, Larry Bird was there at one of the hotels, and
Uh-huh.
my cousin, well, the father, he asked him if he can autograph a basketball for him, and he did.
Yeah.
So my cousin
Oh,
had,
that's
yeah,
sick,
he had
man.
autographed Larry Bird.
Legend. That's legendary, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
One of the best players to ever do it right there, man.
right, right. Cool,
That's
cool.
very impressive.
Let's move on. So we did our sports segment. Wanted to let the people know about what's going on and with the playoffs and everything.
Oh
And,
yeah.
now we're gonna. I wanna go to the LA fires. Give you guys a little update. Let me share the screen with you guys. So basically, another fire started, and this one was in Ventura now. Ventura,
Oh
California.
Jesus.
I think they're calling it the auto fire, but I just want to show you guys this.
Oh my.
The good thing about this fire is that they actually were able to contain it. It burned 56 acres in Ventura, but they stopped it at the 56 acres. So even though it was a whole nother fire, it was a brush fire, and nobody knows how. They never know how it started. Like they're always doing these investigations, but
I
yeah, I
was
just
just
want.
about to ask you if it was arson or if it was an actual fire.
Yeah,
Jesus.
yeah. So
Oh
nobody
my God.
knows, but yeah. So it was yesterday. It was contained at 25% at 12:30 p.m. And then
Uh-huh.
it says that the forward progress on the fire has been stopped shortly before midnight Monday. The cause remains under investigation. So
Uh,
the good thing is that the where the fire's location was, it was like on a river bottom where there was kind of like a river over there. So
yeah.
I think they actually had a little bit more water to be able to take that fire and control it a lot better.
Yeah.
So and the good thing about that fire was no residential structures were evacuated, so it didn't
Oh,
actually.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, the only thing it affected, I guess, was the homeless encampments that were in that riverbed. That's what they're saying.
Oh,
So
wow.
yeah, yeah. But
Okay.
it's tough, man. It's tough. I don't know what's going on in LA. I don't know why they're like I don't know, like LA is just burning, but it's crazy. I don't know even you heard, but in the fires where like Malibu and all those were. So remember how we were talking about the whole Tom Hanks thing? Like Tom Hanks, like we hope that he might not be part of that
Uh-huh.
whole like group. So
Yeah.
uh, Mel Gibson's house, his mansion got burned over there, right?
Uh-huh.
And not too far away was Tom Hanks's mansion. And tell me
Yeah.
why his mansion is perfectly in place. Nothing happened to it.
No way.
Yep, yep. I just read
Really?
about. Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's crazy, right?
That is crazy. That is crazy.
And we
I
all
have
know.
my theories on what's burned down because, everything that was going on, with the whole Diddy thing. So I have my theories of, why certain things were burned, so,
Yeah. I mean, Mel
so
Gibson was such a huge advocate about the whole
of course.
child, the trafficking and stuff. So it's
Of
crazy to
course.
me though, and like I seen pictures. I don't know if you see some pictures, but I seen the pictures of like where like a whole row of all these mansions by the ocean were burned, but then you had
Yep.
like 2 or 3 mansions that were unscathed at all. Right next
Yep.
to those were all burned, and kind of
I know.
similar situation like how it happened in Maui, where you had like Oprah's mansion in Maui survived somehow,
Yep.
and some other mansions survived, but yet everything surrounding it burned to like to crisps. So
That's what I mean. That's why I have my theories as well. Like that's crazy.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
I mean, hope maybe one day we'll find out exactly what happened. I don't know if you've seen even Mel Gibson did a whole interview on Fox where he was talking about the fires, and he literally was saying, you know what, they were playing with the water, they depleted the reservoirs,
Yeah, I
and
saw.
yeah, you seen that, right? And
Yeah.
he was saying, I don't know if it was, I forgot if he said it was like a year or a month before, but the mayor of LA cut the firefighting budget by
Yep.
like a significant amount right before these fires happened. So
I saw all of it. And there's a guy I follow. He's a real estate tycoon named Grant Cardone.
oh yeah, I know,
He
yeah.
his Mal so he had a Malibu mansion right there where you're talking about
Huh?
that got burnt down. And he said like a month before, obviously Grant knows about real estate. They all the insurances were cut, fire
Oh,
insurances. Uh-huh.
like cut like that. That means that they didn't have fire insurance.
Exactly. They
Oh
got,
wow.
yeah, a lot of the companies so you had to like really, if you weren't paying attention,
Hmm.
like, and you didn't whatever, you know what I mean? You would have been SOL.
Oh,
You
so
know
you're
what I'm
saying that
saying?
like they send them letters like, hey, you don't have any more fire
Yeah.
insurance.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Wow, that's
Yeah.
crazy.
So he was obviously he's up on all that. So he's like, so he had it in place, but a lot of people did not.
Yeah.
Think about it, because a lot of that area, most of those people like have like two, three, four houses.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? You probably don't think about like, or even check like, oh yeah, the fire insurance, there's no more. You know what I mean? You need to get another policy.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's crazy. When he said that, I was like, oh man,
Right.
he's trying to do a lawsuit
Oh, is
and
he?
have everyone join, yeah, to against the state of California about that stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, and there's already, I mean, so people are pissed off at Newsom right now because of
Oh, that guy. Oh
what
God.
he did. So I feel like, I mean, I'm hoping that at least the one good thing that comes out of this is they get rid of that guy because you know what I mean.
They
He's not
won't.
doing anything for California at all. Like he doesn't help
They
us in
won't, bro. He's
anything.
too connected.
Too connected, you know.
Too
And
connected to Miss Pelosi and everybody.
which they're related, so that makes sense, you know.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. He's too connected. Like they eventually they'll want him to be president one day. All the that whole clique. So
Right.
they've
And
already groomed him for it.
exactly. And I remember, I think you told me that you met Newsom before he became a scumbag,
Oh
right?
yeah, I I sure did. I worked at the clubs, man, and
Yeah,
before he got into that whole game, when he owned, like Balboa Cafe
yeah, yeah.
in the marina, and East Side West, those areas, when he owned that,
Uh,
he was cool, man. He was a
yeah,
cool dude. He used to
yeah.
come through to the clubs all the time, VIP. Always had
Did,
numerous amount of females with him.
so that's what I was about to ask you. So since you met him and you actually like got to see a lot of that stuff,
Yeah.
did you? Is there anything you want to share with the Average Day Joe's community to expose this guy a little bit, or is there?
I don't know if I'm allowed to, man. Honestly, I don't want our post to get taken down, but I saw a lot. Let's just say I saw a lot of things happen with that guy, at those times, especially with, the European women he had around, you know what
Oh,
I mean? The
yeah.
the people he had with him in his clique, you
Uh
know what
huh.
I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of stuff being passed around. Yeah, I got to witness a lot of things.
Uh
So
huh. Uh huh.
yeah, I didn't sign no NDAs or anything, so I'm fine. But you know what I mean? So I can discuss this stuff. But yeah, like lot of dirt on that guy, man.
Why
But at
give
that
us?
time he was cool. Everyone was like, this guy is cool.
Yeah, yeah.
He was cool. He was like, oh, he owns those couple places in the marina. So he used to come through where I was at, like afterwards, and I'd be like, oh, this dude's cool, man. Got
Yeah.
a cool. But then all of a sudden, man, he just flipped the switch, and then yeah, everything changed.
He flipped the switch, like basically when he started going into politics, right?
Yep.
Yeah, yeah,
Like everything just I'm like, hey, what? That's the same guy?
yeah, exactly.
What happened? That this dude used to come through all the time. He was hella cool. What happened?
Right, right.
Like it was gnarly, bro. Because everyone, even all the club owners, like, and all the bar owners, like, dude, this is the same guy.
Right,
Like, what the hell happened? Now he's like, like totally was for everything, like that, and then all of a sudden, boom, just changed everything.
right,
It was
right.
weird, man. It was like a switch went off, and then boom, it was weird, man. Very
Exactly.
weird.
Yeah, I used to work for him indirectly too because I was valeting at Balboa Cafe when I was younger. Yeah, I was like a valet.
Oh, right there. So that's a whole area of just like, yeah, I remember that, dude. I remember that they did have valet there.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow,
That's
that's crazy.
it was fun times, man. But that place is so busy. Like even
I know.
like if you go there, like even like as like I see all these Uber drivers or like taxis, they be trying to pick
Yeah,
people up. That because you got like 4 clubs on each corner, like right next to
yeah,
Balboa Cafe. So it's like
yeah.
that place is just crazy busy. Like you can't even drive there at nighttime, like Friday, Saturday nights.
No. Well, think about it. You had that, like you said, City Tavern,
Hmm.
East Side West, Matrix,
Right,
and
right.
then Blue Triangle. So there were five.
5,
Like,
yeah,
bro, like within, like you said, the little circle. Like,
exactly,
bro,
exactly,
it was nuts over there, dude. It still is. It's not.
exactly.
I don't think it's exactly the same because they
Nah,
don't have those same spots.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But man, at that time, oh my God, popping. The whole
exactly.
city would be there.
And I remember the East West one, the club that was there. I
Yeah.
remember there was always like NFL stars showing up, like all these
Oh
different
yeah.
like being celebrities showing up to that club and
Always.
stuff.
Well, they would go to Matrix too.
Yeah, Matrix. Yep.
Like 2 doors down, they'd be at Matrix too. So
Right. Right.
yeah,
Good
those are
time.
crazy times. Yeah, good
Good.
times, man.
Watch you start getting some government calls right now because we're talking about Newsom.
He's that guy's lucky, man. I didn't have my iPhone around then, man.
I know,
You
right?
know,
I know.
you know what
The
I mean.
stuff I could
Like,
have exposed now when he became a
oh,
douche.
bro, if I had video, oh man, Jesus, bro.
I know. I know.
Yeah, man. Crazy times, man.
Crazy times. But it
Crazy
is.
times, bro.
Let's
All
move
right,
on.
let's
Move on to
move
the
on to
next.
the next topic, man. Let's hope this next topic really goes through, man. President Trump, he released a statement on the External Revenue Service. The birth date of this is January 20th, man. And what the External Revenue Service is he wants to put tariffs on all the foreign stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Everything coming in, and he wants to abolish the IRS. Hey,
Oh,
I'm all for this.
oh,
I am all for this.
yeah,
You can't get more MAGA than that. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
I'm hoping he can pull some of this stuff off because, hey, man, that does not sound bad to me. I don't know
Right.
about you, but man, that sounds beautiful. You know what I mean?
I'm down, man.
Right?
Like, yeah,
Like you can't like, come on, man. Like, how can you not be about that? You know?
exactly,
You
exactly.
know what I mean? Like, I
Yeah.
don't know, man. But yeah, I'm pretty excited about that. I hope he's able to really pull some of that off, man. You
So
know?
if he abolishes like IRS, does that mean that what is it going to mean for us, like, U.S. citizens? Like, is that we're not going to have to do taxes now, or how does that work?
Exactly. Yeah,
Oh, really?
that's the whole point of the external revenue service. So he basically wants to collect tariffs and everything from the foreign sources so that we don't have to that no more internal. So
Yeah.
it's external. You know what
Right.
I mean? So basically he wants us to not have to do that. He wants to get it from the countries, the foreign countries. So
Right.
we don't have to do it. Hey, man, that sounds great to me. Hey, I'm like I said, I'm all for this.
I mean,
You know,
I
I
personally,
hope he's able to pull some of that stuff off.
right. And personally, and I'm only going to share this with the average day Joe's community, but I need that because I literally haven't done my taxes since like Biden came into office. So I need this. Please, Trump.
Right? You know what I mean? And if you actually read, he was really his statement is like a big paragraph, you know what I mean? And he's really serious about this, and I really, really hope it's time for that change, man.
And I just want to put it out there. If anybody from the IRS is going to hear this, I was just joking. Okay.
Oh, I love it, bro.
Uh,
Oh, that's classic. That's classic right there. But yeah, shout out President Trump, man. I really, really hope he could go through with this, man. He seems to have a good plan in place. I'm hoping he can make that happen, man.
yeah. So he's going to be taxing all the other countries that are bringing goods into us. And that's going to be
Yeah,
making.
exactly. So and that's going to be the external revenue service to get rid of the internal revenue. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, that would be great.
Yeah. And he's Trump already said that he's willing to even make it so that there's no income tax in any of the states anymore, because there's only
well, because in some states you don't have it.
Exactly.
Correct.
That's
that'd
crazy.
be great.
I mean,
know, man.
That's the one thing I totally don't agree about is I don't know, our founding fathers, they never the whole thing, we had the Boston Tea Party because we didn't want to pay taxes,
Yeah.
We because we were going in the same route. All these people that immigrated from the UK and all this from England, they had to pay all these taxes in England, so we came to this country. They came to this country to make a better place to for all people. And I don't know where it happened, but all of a sudden we kind of went back to that old system, and we we're getting taxed like crazy.
I don't like it either.
Yeah.
Having to pay my property taxes every year. Oh, God.
I know. It's like where I live, man. We got property taxes, you got homeowners association, and you got to follow these rules. Man.
Well, we get taxed on everything we buy.
Everything.
That's what I mean. You get taxed on money you make.
Exactly.
Come on, man. So yeah.
Shout out to Oregon, man. They're the only state where they don't have any sales tax. Man, that's a
they don't, do they?
Sales tax, man.
They don't, huh?
No sales
That's
tax.
A trip.
That's such a game changer, because especially when you buy a car, which is an expensive thing, on cars, a $35,000 car, you're gonna have $3,000 to $5,000 extra just
always. That's a trip. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. Wow. That's Oregon, man. Okay.
Oregon, man. They're the ones that kind of went the right way when it comes to certain tax, things, but
that's a trip, actually. They have their other issues in Oregon.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a story for a whole other day.
Exactly. Exactly, man.
Cool.
All right. Well, yeah, go on to the next topic.
So next topic, I want to talk to you guys about your favorite coffee place. Some of you, Starbucks. Let me get into this with you guys. I wanted to let you know that Starbucks, with the whole Trump administration, it looks like there's a lot of people and places that are kind of reversing policies on certain woke type mentality type things.
What do you mean?
So what I want to tell you guys is Starbucks, they're going to reverse their open bathroom policy. In 2018, the company declared that people could use its spaces and restrooms even without making a purchase. But now you have to make a purchase, basically, if you want to hang out there or you want to utilize their restrooms, So before you kind of just go there, you could chill, but they're going to get away with that. You cannot go into Starbucks anymore if you're not going to purchase something from there.
I'll take that.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy and stuff.
So are you're saying there's actually going to be male and female bathrooms again?
I thought that's kind of what it was going to go towards, but it looks like no, that's not what they're going to be doing. Because Starbucks is kind of a woke company. It just looks like it just looks like it's because, especially in San Francisco, they're having a lot of homeless people that are basically going into those bathrooms, and then they're sleeping in there. They're doing drugs in there. You know what I mean?
Okay. They're commandeering it. Okay. Yeah, I got it.
So basically what they're saying here is that use of the third place policy, which indicates that sleeping, smoking, consuming alcohol, drug use, or improper use in the restrooms is not permitted, and obscene, harassing use of language, hate speech, gestures are unacceptable. We want everybody to feel welcome and comfortable in our stores. So they're implementing a coffeehouse code of conduct, which is something that most retailers already have in place. And yeah, you're basically, if you go into Starbucks now, you got to purchase something, and then they're most likely going to start putting codes on all their bathroom doors. So they're not going to give you the code unless you actually purchase something from them.
Okay. Yeah. That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. It's bathrooms for customer use only, so I get it.
Yeah, because Starbucks was always known as social place that people can come and hang out, and if you needed to use the restroom, it's always pretty much open for anybody. But yeah, like I said, it looks like they're just trying to get rid of this whole
yeah, but remember, they were 24 hours before too out here.
I know.
They're not 24 hours no more. They used to. I remember the locations that were 24 hours.
Yeah,
and like you said, people were able to go there. A lot of college kids would go there, do everything because free Wi-Fi. but they were 24 hours. Obviously, they're not no more. So
I mean, they couldn't be because look what like when they were 24 hours, like in our hometown, San Francisco, it wasn't as bad as it was back then. Like
no,
there was not like so many people that were like crazy going into these like places and like doing all these crazy things. And nowadays, it feels like there's so much more homeless and there's so many more like mental illness out there that
yeah,
I think that if they did keep that like 24 hours, that it's going to disrupt a lot of the whole other consumers that are coming in there and actually want to spend money to be there. So I definitely feel like they needed to change that policy because of certain things that are happening around the
too many
United States.
vagrants, bro. Way too many vagrants. Way too many vagrants.
So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, just FYI, guys. And it was crazy too because I remember by San Francisco, there's that city San Bruno, and San Bruno had a 24-hour Starbucks, and I would go there like sometimes like 3 and 4 in the morning because I was doing night shift.
Yeah,
there was a lot of people that were ordering coffee from there. So I feel like even though they changed that policy, they're probably losing a lot of revenue as well because they had to like not be 24 hours anymore in certain locations.
Of course. I agree with you actually, and that one very less vagrants too because that was in San Bruno, not downtown San Francisco.
Exactly.
Exactly. Every place kind of changed their policy though. If you think about it, like not just them, every place. Now, think about all the places that were 24 hours before COVID. Yeah. Everywhere. Right. Safeway 24 hours. Obviously 24-hour fitness 24 hours. Subway was 24 hours. Obviously, so many different things, even like they still have the fast food places 24 hours out here, but there were so many 24-hour establishments.
Yeah.
So many. It was very convenient, especially for my life.
Right. Yeah, for sure. But the thing about California too is like Newsom, he made that whole he passed that whole initiative where basically it's not a felony if you steal less than $1,000 worth of goods. It's not even a felony, like it's a slap on the wrist type thing if you get caught. So many people were stealing from all these like places like Safeway and everything like that.
You're right.
Now they had to close early, and if you go like I just went to CVS the other day to try to purchase toothpaste.
Yeah,
everything was
and it was locked up.
Yeah, I was like, dude, I'm trying to get my toothpaste. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
it was locked up.
I have to press the I need help assistance button just to get a toothpaste.
Like, so embarrassing. So embarrassing.
Like everything,
No, but you're right. You're right. I didn't even think about that. That's exactly why.
Yeah.
But that's also why we have things like Amazon, bro. You know me. I'm a big Amazon head, man. I get a few orders a week. For sure. Shout out to Amazon, man. Same day delivery, next day. Spectacular.
Did you hear? Did you hear that even because Walgreens has been shutting so many locations all through California, and they just announced yesterday that they're actually shutting 12 more locations in San Francisco.
No, I mean so I voted obviously for Prop 36. So if you do try to do that stealing and stuff, you will get penalized. You will go to jail.
Right.
I voted for that, obviously.
But it passed tremendously, which is great because the people.
Damn right it did. Because dude, what these people just walking in like stealing, like lucky that stuff doesn't happen around me.
Oh, I know.
You know what I mean? If that happened around me, I'll knock someone out. Okay, and then I'll put the stuff back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what gives you the right? You know what I'm saying? Like, what gives you the right to walk in and think you could just thieve?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I'm paying for everything. Other people are paying for everything. What gives you the right, bro? So that stuff doesn't happen around people like me. Because if it did, like I said, I would knock someone out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I was at Safeway maybe like a month ago. I was at Safeway in San Francisco, and I was charging my car, because I had an electric car at the time.
Oh, okay.
And that actually happened right in front of me because I went to go use the bathroom at Safeway, and then when I was coming out, like this old, I don't know if it was homeless or not, but this old dude basically like literally walked out with a bunch of bags, and then the security, I don't know why, like security couldn't do nothing, like, and I even asked security, I'm like, you just let this guy go? Oh, we can't touch him, like we're gonna get sued or whatever. So they get super scared, and I feel exactly like you. Like I was like, dude, if my car wasn't charging right now, I would have the street where it was a little bit darker, I would have snatched those bags, and then if this guy wanted to like approach me, I would have knocked him out. You know what I mean? Because that irks me when that happens. Because like you said, what gives you the right? Like you know, what I mean,
Right.
we work super hard to like be able to purchase these items. And stuff.
Exactly.
So
What Safeway were you at? In SF? Which one?
NSF, it was the one that was like in Sunset District. I don't know the actual like location. It was like Sunset
Oh,
District.
Noriega?
Yeah, like that area.
Oh,
Yeah.
hell no. That's a smaller one,
It's a
too.
small one. Yeah, it's a small
Oh,
one.
my God. So you were charging over there and you saw that?
Yep.
That's weird for that area. That's Noriega.
That's
That's
what I'm
like
saying.
quiet.
I know.
Wow. Vagrant got all the way over there. Jesus.
The security guard told me that guy comes in all the time. I'm like, well, why do you guys let him into the store? Like, if you know this, like, why do you let him in the store? Oh, well, we can't touch him. We can't. Come on, guys.
So ridiculous, man. But this is what I mean. This is why I voted for that.
Yeah.
Because now you put a cop right over there. Boom. That won't happen anymore.
Right.
If you've actually seen, they've increased the police force in SF.
They have. I've seen that.
Yeah. So, yeah, you can't just get away with what they were doing, for years, like you said. A lot of these stores you do realize have, I believe it's called, I forgot what insurance. So they can claim it. That's why they don't really care, which sucks. Okay. That's what I mean. They'll claim it like, oh, we had a lot of theft, this and that. So they get reimbursed.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's why a lot of those stores like that, like Safeway, like, whatever, Even Walgreens, you know what I mean? They have that insurance in place.
Right.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. They I remember when that initiative did pass, Newsom came out and he was like, oh, by you guys doing this, we're going to go back to the 80s, like when incarceration and the jails were full and everything was at its like highest. Like he was so mad that we voted, for that. And and the people are like, dude, nobody's doing anything about it. Like,
right.
Come on. Like, you know what I mean? If you would have done something about it, then okay.
Right.
Why, especially like mom and pop stores that are barely like surviving in certain areas.
Exactly.
And you know what I mean? And then they get robbed once or twice and they have to go out of business. Like Newsom don't give a shit about these people. You know
of course he doesn't. He kept his spots open during COVID, if you remember.
I remember.
He kept his spots open. Like this guy, dude. Oh, he's putting everything in place. Oh, you got to wear a mask. You're closed. Oh, he kept his spots open.
Yeah.
This guy, dude.
Not only that, but he made everybody else wear masks. But then he's having like private dinners at his restaurant.
Exactly. At his spot. No one has a mask on. That guy, man.
Come on, man.
Clown life, bro. Clown life, bro.
I know. It's crazy.
I'm telling you, man.
All right. Well, let's move on. I know you wanted to do some bashing on my Lakers. So what do you got?
Yeah, well, we got to hit some NBA, man. I've been in the NFL lately. We got to go back to the NBA. Shout out to both the Lakers and Clippers. They're back. They were playing last night, so it's cool to have NBA back in LA. However, your squad, the Lakers, they were playing a good game, but once that fourth quarter came, dude, they had their meltdown, man. They let the Spurs just run all over them. The Spurs, we're talking about the young Spurs, just letting you know. So that was a tough one, man. That's a tough one for your squad. I don't know what's going on with them. Braun and AD, they have great games, but not much more production than those two.
So the new draftees that the Lakers got that we traded for Milton and the other guy, I forgot his name. Are they doing anything like for the squad?
I mean, I get the sense that when you play with Braun, you kind of have to play a certain way. Do you know what I mean? Or he gets kind of upset.
Right.
So, I mean, they're playing okay. They're playing defense, let's say, but, like they're going to have to come up with another score, let's just say.
Yeah. I mean, you said, that's the only thing. That's why I feel like, they need to get rid of LeBron at least, because not only would that free up a whole bunch of money for them to get like good players that are a lot more consistent and not as old, but they're going to play so much more better as a team. And I think they're not understanding that. Like the problem is LeBron, in my opinion, and I'm a Lakers fan and I like LeBron because he's been doing a lot, for the Lakers. But at the same time, you have to play differently, like you're saying. And it's like, they're scared to the rookie. I can't even say rookies. The rookies and everybody that's like playing with LeBron, they're scared to shoot, so because they're always like, oh, he's the star, we need to pass it to him, or AD even, and then like what I mean, they have open shots, but they're scared, and then if they do try to shoot it, in the back of their mind, LeBron is there, so then they tend to miss it more because they're worried that he's going to be mad that they didn't pass it to him in the first place. You know what I mean? So, man, it's killing me, bro. It's killing me.
Hey, man, LeBron does sell a lot of tickets, man.
I mean, that's what it is at this point, and that's why.
And he has his son there. He got Bronny on his team.
Yeah. But Bronny's in the G League, right?
Yeah, but he's there on the sidelines sometimes. You can see him. He's there on the sidelines, but not only that, but remember, Bron's other son is coming out in like what, a year?
Yeah,
I think in a year. So he's gonna go to the Lakers too. So you'll have a nice I'm sure of it. He'll have a nice little squad with his two sons, and then no championships, and that's fine with me. I ain't mad at that.
The good thing is, from what I see, is that his other son, who's not in the NBA yet, has a lot of potential, as opposed to Bronny, who has not really shown much skill.
Okay, if you say so. He has a lot of potential. Why? Because he's taller.
Well, he's taller, and then I feel like he's a little bit more athletic. You know what I mean? And I think hasn't he even been like compared to like Bronny? Hasn't he been doing a little bit more? Like, hasn't he been scoring a little bit more, like compared to Bronny?
Don't know. I don't follow Bron's sons, so I don't know. I know he's taller, and I know he's I don't know if he's as skilled. I have no idea. I don't follow Bron's sons.
I mean, we'll see. I mean, the one good thing is LeBron James is their dad, so hopefully when they're not playing games at the house, you know what I mean, he's like training them and he keeps developing them to be better players.
Sure he is.
That's my only.
I'm sure he is. Like I said, I don't mind at all that he could have all his sons on that squad. He could stay there. That's fine with me.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want them chasing the Celtics. That's it.
Right. Do you so like Wembanyama, who was like so dominant on Spurs that just like fourth quarter took over? Was like Wembanyama that pretty much took over?
Yeah, the young kid. That guy's like 7'5", but he was pretty dominant. They have a couple players. They're young. They played good. Obviously, Chris Paul, OG Chris Paul is telling everyone where to go. He's playing point over there. So
nice.
Yeah, they just exploded, bro. It was kind of impressive. It's kind of funny because the other LA team, they did the opposite of what the Lakers did. So the Clippers, Clippers were, they had a slow start, but towards the second half, third and fourth quarter, they exploded and got their W against the Heat.
Right.
They
got rid of like Paul George, so they freed up some money and they were able to get some better players maybe not better, but players that were maybe more consistent. You know what I mean? And I feel like
they had Kawhi. Remember, he had an injury.
Yeah, exactly.
So he's back now with James Harden, but they do have some money to spend, freeing up Paul George's $100 million contract. So they got rid of him, to go to Philly. But I believe they will make a move. I don't know when.
Yeah.
But they have the money to make a move, whether it's not this year but next year.
Yeah.
So they'll be able to pair up whoever with James and Kawhi if they want. Right. If they even want to keep them. I don't know which way they want to go with the Clippers, but they've been a squad, that's trying to get to that next level. You know that.
Yeah.
They got their own stadium now.
No, that's good for them. Like they needed that because they needed to have an identity of their own. They were just kind of the back of Lakers, and they're like in front of the Lakers. So that's kind of good for them.
That's what I mean. Good for them. That's what I'm saying, man. One day, it depends who they pair up with them.
Right.
So, that should be good.
Imagine if Oklahoma, like the Thunder, were able to hold on to Russell, James, and what's his name?
James.
Yeah, and then Durant.
KD. Oh yeah, that would have been, man.
If they were able to hold on to those three players, bro, they would have won probably more championships than any team in the NBA.
No, definitely not. But they would have definitely got one.
Yeah, for sure, one. But I mean, all three of those players are they were so dominant back in the day that if they held on to them, they probably,
Bro.
what other pieces they had, but those three guys alone.
Egos.
Huh?
Egos, bro. Egos.
Oh, okay.
KD couldn't even play with Steph.
No, that's true.
Do you remember when KD was in Golden State?
Yeah.
That team, without a doubt, was crazy good. You know that.
Yeah.
Cheat code, bro. Cheat code.
Yep.
Like, you know what I mean? And still they had problems. You know what I mean? Still. Obviously, Draymond caused a lot of that, but still. A lot of problems, man. You know what I mean?
I mean, that's the one thing. You can't put like two superstars together and thinking that they're going to be like, okay, like we'll both be the superstars. Like obviously one of them is always going to be a little bit more, trying to be a little bit more dominant as the superstar, you know? So.
Well, Steph was hella chill, bro.
Of course.
Think about it. He was chill.
Yeah.
He let KD shine. You know what I mean? So I just didn't understand why, they broke that all up. Cool. But dude, if they had that kept that team together, bro, man. That team could have won more.
Oh, yeah.
You know, they won a couple.
For sure.
You know, they could have won more if he stayed there.
Yeah. And if they held on to Jordan Clarkson, for sure, they would have won a lot more. You know?
Jordan Clark. You mean Jordan Poole?
Oh, yeah, Poole, yeah. My bad.
Yeah. That would actually help them, actually. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My bad. My names are not right today. My brain is still kind of like foggy because I drove so far yesterday.
That was a long drive, bro. That's hella long. What was it? How many hours?
16 hours.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot of driving.
That's
a lot of driving on your diet right now.
Exactly.
That's a lot of driving.
I literally had like 1 hour of sleep, and then I drove 16 hours. And
man.
You know what I mean? So it was like, to me right now, like I just took a nap because I was like so tired. But yeah, I'm definitely.
Obviously, man, that's tough, especially nutrient deficient.
Yeah, exactly. I'll be good by tomorrow. I'll be good by tomorrow. So it'll be all good.
Cool.
Let's move on. I got some celebrity news for the people.
Okay.
So I wanted to talk about, this was a sweetheart of mine from back in the day that I really admired. And I want to go over Jessica Simpson and what's going on in her life. You know?
Oh, Jessica Simpson. Wow. Okay.
Back in the day when she thought that, what was it like that? Is the chicken tuna or something? What did she say?
Chicken of the sea, kid.
Oh my god, dude.
What's going on with her, man? I haven't heard her name in so long.
So, I mean, basically, you know, her and her husband, they've been married for 10 years. There's some kind of painful situation going on, and they decided to split after 10 years of marriage, you know.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I guess what is like, because she was married to that other guy, Nick. I forgot his last name. The guy from
I thought that's who you were talking about. Yeah, the dude from I remember who you're talking about.
No, was he like 90? I forgot what group was he on? He was on like one of
I don't remember. Yeah, one of the boy band groups.
Yeah, maybe it was like 98 Degrees or something like that he was on.
I think you're right. There you go. I think you're right. I think you're correct, actually.
Yeah,
that sounds right.
Yeah. So they married in July of 2014, and they shared 3 children together, which is kind of sad because literally one of their children is 5 years old. The other one is 12. The other one is 11. So that's going to be kind of hard for them, you know, to have that split. She's 44 years old right now. He's 45. So they just decided that they're not good together anymore, I guess.
So who's she married to now?
His name is Eric Johnson.
I don't know. I don't know who that is.
Yeah. I mean, he's a I guess he used to be a former NFL player, bro.
Doesn't sound familiar at all.
Maybe he just wasn't any good, you know. But yeah,
it's all good. He made it to the league, so it's got to be somewhat good if he made it to the league.
Exactly. Basically. So yeah, she just posted that on Instagram. She's, you know, she wants to move on in her life. Yeah, it's kind of sad, you know, but it is what it is.
Celebrity things, man. You know, like I was saying.
Yeah.
Celebrity things, bro. You know, Hollywood.
Right.
It's tough.
Right.
Tough to stay in relationships for a long time in Hollywood.
Yeah, and I mean, granted, they met in 2010. They were engaged that November. After literally they were dating for 6 months, and then they got engaged. So
wow.
Yeah. So I mean, but they stayed together for a pretty long time. So I mean, even though they didn't really like know each other like so well and they got married, they still made it happen for 10 years, So for celebrities, I feel like that's actually
That's pretty good, actually. You're right.
right for celebrities.
That's pretty good. Yeah. I'm thinking about that. So
Right, right. So, did you have a thing? Did you like? Were you always in? Did you like Jessica Simpson back in the day? Like, did you follow her type thing or no?
I mean, she was cool. Like I gave her flowers. I gave her props.
Yeah.
At that time, at those times, like there was her. I believe there was Britney Spears. I wasn't really into Britney Spears. I was more into the Christina Aguilera type that time.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
remember Jessica Simpson in Dukes of Hazzard.
Right, right.
The movie with Johnny
Oh,
Knoxville and
and
Stifler.
them short shorts. I remember those days.
That's what I mean. I remember that vividly, man.
Jessica Simpson,
Yeah.
man. Hottie, hottie.
Yes, sir.
Oh man. Hey,
Good
this
time.
is off topic, and I just get to my head right now. But did you hear? Because I remember in our last episode, one of your trending topics was that Carrie Underwood was going to be, in the inauguration for Trump. Did you hear
Yes.
Did you hear who the other performer is going to be now? They
No.
just got another performer.
Oh. Village People, right?
That might be another one that I didn't even hear about.
Yeah. I saw the thing. I think I'm pretty sure Village People are going to be there too.
And
YMCA.
yeah. Hey, but that makes sense because I seen a clip of Donald Trump like dancing to that song.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, oh, that's not who you're talking about, though. Who are you talking about?
They got Kid Rock.
No way.
Yep. So he's going to be performing right after Carrie Underwood.
That's not okay. I like Kid Rock.
Yeah.
Kid Rock's dope. Okay,
That's
cool.
Yeah, so that's good. He's always one of those like super patriot American type things,
for sure.
And he really like switched up his whole like music because he was kind of like punk rock, not really punk rock, but he was like kind of rockish to now kind of more country.
Yeah.
But I remember when he dropped like his first album, man, I love that album, a cowboy song and stuff. Dude, that was dope, dude. I like that.
I like that song.
Yeah,
I actually like the song he came out with, "Ba with the Ba," because that's on my gym playlist. One of them.
Right.
I like that track, man. It makes me go hard.
No, definitely. That's cool.
Yeah,
So
shout out Kid Rock. That's dope.
If you guys are gonna be watching the inauguration of Trump, you're gonna see Carrie Underwood. Now we're gonna see the Village People.
Yes, sir.
And then the Kid Rock is gonna be performing there too.
That's nice and well rounded right there.
I didn't know that the Village People like supported Trump like that, so that's
of course.
cool,
Well, and dude, he's always listening to their stuff. You know that.
Yeah, exactly. And
honestly,
I feel like that's a very smart move on Trump because it shows that he's not because. So I have family members that they're younger generation, so they are kind of part of that whole like woke movement, and they identify as like they type thing,
As what?
They don't identify as like a he or she. Like you can't call them he or she. They'll get mad. So you have to call them as like they, or you know what I mean. Like it's the new generation, like the way that they
like a pronoun. You mean?
Yeah, pronouns. Like they're not a he or she anymore. You know what I mean? But
I have no idea.
So what I'm saying though is that's great on Trump because that shows that he's an open-minded guy. He's not just like because a lot of my point was that when he got elected, my family members, the ones that are like that, they were super scared. They're like, oh my God, the LBG community is going to be suffering now, and like basically they thought that Trump is going to go after them type thing, And with the Village People performing there, that shows that Trump, he's an open-minded guy. Like I mean, as long as you're not inflicting harm or doing something that's going to make another American like not be able to live the life like they want to live, then this guy he's open-minded to anything. Like what I mean, like having the Village People, that's a really good accomplishment.
What do you mean going after them? I'm confused. Going after who?
With like new initiatives or like new like rules, you know what I mean, that are gonna make it harder. Like because how Trump was talking about like in the schools they're trying to like brainwash the youngsters now into being kind of like into that whole other aspect of of that pronoun whole thing. You know, like they're people. I feel like teachers, especially in California, they're like teaching the kids to not that they can be anything. That you know, what I mean, like they're putting it into their head and they're kind of brainwashing them in a way. You know what I mean? That's always kind of been a subject in California. I don't know if you've seen clips, but I've seen clips of like the kids in elementary school coming to school and the even the teachers, some of them were even like male teachers were dressed like, you know, they had like dresses on, and then they had the whole like you know, like the colorful, you know, the rainbow flag. They had it all throughout the whole school during like it was like a pride day, but for elementary kids. You know what I mean?
What?
Yeah. I've seen clips of that, and that's what I'm saying. Like they're worried
Weird.
because they're worried because they feel like Trump is going to shut all that down. You know what I mean? But I don't feel like me personally. I don't feel like it should be in the place of teachers, especially like these young elementary school kids, where they're trying to really. They have their brains are like sponges, and then whatever you basically like are teaching them, of course, they're going to kind of like absorb that, and then they're not giving them really like much chance to just make their own decisions. They're kind of making the decisions for them as young kids. So I feel like that's what I'm talking about, is that Trump was kind of trying to do away with that, you know, wokeness and of that aspect, and like get rid of like have you heard in like even like the school libraries now, they're putting a lot of books that are like not the kids shouldn't be reading these kind of books, basically. Like it's basically trying to, you know what I mean, steer kids in certain directions. I don't know if you heard about that or not, but yeah,
No.
I think that's what I'm saying is like a lot of like my family members who, you know, like part of the whole LGBTQ community, they're worried that Trump was kind of shut all that down and stuff. So props to Trump for having the village people and kind of showing the people that, you know what I mean, that you know, he is open minded and he's able to, you know, like not like I don't think people really have to worry that, you know, he's going to be in office, like especially like the LGBTQ community. You know, that's kind of my thought on that.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
So, but yeah, shout out to Trump for that one. Let's move on, guys. Let's do our movie of the day segment. Actually, what are you watching today, Jay?
Oh
What?
man, this I don't know. So I was watching Taken. I don't know
Oh,
what happened.
oh,
Taken's over.
already?
What is this? This is called In Time. I don't know. I've never seen it. So I had Taken on,
Okay,
and
take it.
it's over now. Yeah, Taken. You know, with Liam Neeson.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a. I remember when it first came out. That was a fabulous movie, bro. Like I was like, whoa, the whole
Right.
concept of everything. Like, yeah, that was what I was watching, and now it's over, obviously. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, the Taken was good, man. Liam Neeson, a great actor, man.
Oh yeah, he is. Well,
He was.
is he Scottish? Where is he from? I forgot. Do you know?
I really don't know.
Yeah, I
I don't
wonder.
know. I know he's had many movie parts in many different things, though. Let me tell
Definitely.
you. You know, he's been everything he's in. He's in a great movie.
And you know what's funny with him is like, even though a lot of his movies are kind of similar in a way because he's always
Uh
playing the role of like, you know what I mean, he has to save somebody type thing from like,
huh.
but even though like it's very similar, it always like is appealing, you know, and people always are like like those movies that he makes because they switch a couple things up and they make him like do things that are super smart, like the way that he figures the things out, like where his daughter got kidnapped and taken and stuff, you know, like
Yeah, that was awesome.
yeah, exactly.
You know.
Like I remember in the movie, they were driving the daughter, and like you know what I mean. She could just only hear things, but she couldn't see anything. And
Yeah,
just by the certain like sounds that
yeah.
he hear, he was able to kind of put it together where they were taking him. Like man, that's good right there. You know, what I mean, that's some good
Game
movies.
changer. I'm telling you, man.
Yeah.
He's had plenty of good movies though, like that though, man. You
Uh,
know. Remember, he was also in Star Wars. Remember,
oh yeah.
he
Oh
was
yeah.
in the first one, dude.
Yeah. Who did he play in the Star Wars? Do you remember which character he was?
What was his name, dude? He was Obi-Wan Kenobi's like the upper one. You know, he's the one who got it. Remember? I forgot his name in it. Actually, that's crazy.
He was a Jedi, right? He was a Jedi.
Yeah. He was. Yeah, he was like. Yeah, he's the one who like showed Obi-Wan Kenobi the roots, man. I
Yeah.
forgot his name in Star Wars, man. That's crazy.
But he also wasn't he the teacher of
Qui-Gon. Qui-Gon. Like,
he was also the teacher. He was also the teacher of the one that turned dark. Like he went into the dark forces, right?
no.
Or
Well,
okay.
he basically he was going to be, and then he got killed.
Oh, okay. That's right.
Remember? So yeah, you're talking about Anakin. He was a kid.
Yeah,
So he
yeah, yeah.
was he's the one who wanted him to get in because of his the way he was.
Oh, that's right. That's right. So he got him
Yeah.
in, but then was it like Luke Skywalker that was teaching him, and then he turned on Luke Skywalker or something?
No. He got him in. That was Anakin Skywalker, Luke's dad. So he got him in, and then Obi-Wan showed him the roots,
Uh-huh.
and then Anakin, ended up being, half and half,
Oh, okay.
going to the dark side.
Yeah,
man. Speaking of, I was watching Batman Begins. Liam Neeson's also in that. He was who brought Bruce Wayne in, to the League of Shadows.
Oh, really? Oh, damn.
He has so many versatile parts, bro. He's in so many movies. You'd be surprised.
The one that to me he only has a very short part in it, but it's
what
super comedy. I believe it was the movie Ted 2. Have you seen his part in that?
Oh, when he was buying the series.
Yeah, he was buying the trick. He's like, "Are you sure that if I purchase this, that I'm not gonna get followed home and stuff?"
Oh, that was great. I do remember that.
Oh, he's so versatile because you know what I mean. Even like
Yeah,
able to do that part, and
that's what I mean, man.
Like I'm surprised that you can even keep a straight face filming something like that,
right?
Because he's like such a serious character most of the time.
I know, man. Excellent actor, bro.
Yeah,
excellent actor, bro.
That's funny.
Yeah, he's been in so many good movies, man. That guy, so many.
So, would you say Taken is your favorite movie from him, or what's your favorite movie that he did?
Favorite movie that he? I don't know. Taken's one of them for sure because that was like his star role, I believe. But he's been in so many good movies, man. Like I said, from Batman to Star Wars to Darkman to fucking so many things, dude. Like,
exactly.
Like he's had many good movies, man. Pretty impressive. Impressive run for that guy.
I know. Yeah, he's definitely. I mean, I wonder, like, do you even know how did he start his career? Like, was he?
Don't know.
I'm just saying, like, did he start in like his country, or did he just like kind of? I wonder if he moved to like California and just became part of Hollywood.
I have no idea. Yeah. I've never really looked into his career like that or any of it, so I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure at all. I'm like, but he's like I said, he's been one of my favorite actors for sure for a while.
Definitely. And for his age, he looks great still. You know how old this guy is already?
No, how old? 68?
72.
72. Okay.
And he's still like
he's 70. Yeah, he's still moving around. Yeah, he's still moving good.
Yeah.
Using his money wisely, man.
Right. Did you see him in that movie The Gray? That was like one of my favorite movies for me.
That was a really good movie too. Yeah, that's what see what I mean? Hella random too. I remember that one.
The Gray.
Super random.
I don't know if you've seen this movie. I've seen this movie and I hella liked it. And I just realized right now that he was the main actor in this movie because
which one?
When I see this was really old, but Rob Roy. He was the main actor of Rob Roy, the movie.
No way.
Yeah, that was him. He was the guy in Rob Roy.
Damn, I'd have to rewatch it. Damn, I don't remember that.
That's like when he was like, I think he was like in Scotland fighting the English type thing. It was kind of like a spin-off almost of like Braveheart, I would say. Yeah, something like that. But he was in that movie. This was a while ago, and he was the main actor of that movie. I feel like
didn't even know.
Yeah, super underrated movie. That's probably like the movie I would say where it's kind of like overlooked the most. You know what I mean? Was Rob Roy in that one because he was.
I would say that because I didn't even remember he was in there.
Yeah, but you did see that movie, right? Back in the day.
Yeah, a long time. Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen that.
Right. Great movie. I might actually now that I said that I might actually rewatch it myself because I do remember it was a really good movie. But I think when I was watching it, I was pretty young myself, so I don't remember.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't even remember him in it. Damn, man, that's crazy.
Yeah. Good movie.
But yeah, so it was Taken. I don't know what this is. So
yeah.
when we started streaming, it was Taken.
It's all good. We can barely see the screen anyway, so we don't really. You could have said if we were taking this still on, we wouldn't have known.
That's funny. That's so funny.
All right. Well, that's
All
our
right.
movie of the day segment. Let's move on
Yes,
to some
sir.
crypto news for you guys. Our wealth segment, because we're all about that health, wealth, and happiness. So we gave you that happiness part, and now we're moving on to the wealth part. Let me bring up the charts for you guys real quick. We're doing good today. Definitely in crypto, things have jumped up. And we are, like I said before, the 15th was supposed to be the cycle low, but currently we're sitting at we're sitting at Bitcoin 96,000. So it went up within the past 24 hours 2.45%. Then you have Ethereum, that's the biggest altcoin, sitting at 32. So it just like literally was at 29.
Nice.
Yeah, like not too long ago. That one is up 3%. So it looks like altcoins are actually starting to outperform Bitcoin at this point in time right now. So yeah, it's going up. Everything's going up for the most part. The number one,
Nice.
the number one trending coin right now, a meme coin, is the Trump coin. Believe it or not, Trump coin, Trump coin is up 3,000% right now. So, man, for all you average day Joe,
Interesting.
for the average day Joe community, if you had Trump coin, man, shout out to you guys because you guys did it, man. You guys made a lot of money.
Smart, dude. He's about to be inaugurated. Smart.
Yeah, yeah. And I didn't even
I
know
don't
this, but
have it. I don't
yeah,
have it, but
I didn't even know this, but I'm looking at number 3, which is AIXBT,
uh-huh.
and that one went up today 49%, and I actually hold a decent amount of that, so I haven't checked that. I haven't checked my account, but damn, okay, I got to check my account now because I
I
just
don't
know.
have that.
Yeah, I do hold on to some AIXBT. That's a AI coin. It's part of
Figures.
the it's part of the virtuals protocol,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, it's basically they're making all these AI agents that can pretty much do everything for you nowadays. It's really cool, So yeah, so you got Trump trending coins is Trump, Buzz, Axbit, CGPT, which I think might be part of Chat
Chat
GPT.
GPT. Yeah.
And you got Peanut, which is that meme squirrel coin of that guy in New York.
I remember that, man. That sad story.
They killed his squirrels,
It's messed up, man.
New York feds and stuff, so, and his raccoon, I believe, right? He had a raccoon and a squirrel. Is that what it was?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Sucks.
It sucks. It sucks. So market cap and whole of the crypto community, the crypto market is up 2.62%. We're at 3.34 trillion. Fear and greed was still the same as the other day. We're at 46, which is still kind of more a little bit on the fear side. We got 57% of the Bitcoin dominance right now, and then Ethereum is at 11% dominance. So yeah, like I said before, to all my peoples out here who are into crypto, well, we're still not exactly at the cycle low. So even if it is going up right now, I do want to let you guys know that it might go down. I just read an article today that the U.S. Treasury, I believe, has like billions of dollars of Bitcoin that they're holding on to, and they just got approved to sell it. So if that happens, it's probably going to bring Bitcoin and the rest of the altcoins down a little bit again. And of course, they're going to probably do it when it's like the best for BlackRock and all these other places that have ETFs of Bitcoin to be able to accumulate more. So just what I want to tell you guys, this is not financial advice, but keep those diamond hands because even if it does drop after the Fed does sell a lot of these Bitcoins, which I hope they don't, because Trump was saying he's trying to create a whole like reserve of Bitcoin, so they should just hold on to it because it's going to be worth more in the future anyway. But as of right now, I think that the prices still could drop. That could be even if we get out of the cycle low on the 15th and we start getting into the cycle high again. There could be a disruption because of this sale. So I just want to let you guys know, don't panic. There's so many companies right now buying up Bitcoin that even if it does go down again a little bit, even if it wasn't supposed to, according to like analysts, that's only just because the U.S. Treasury is selling at the moment, but it's going to get bought up real quick. So like I said before, it's been at a 92,000 support, and I don't see it really going lower than 92,000. Before people would predict it might have gone down to like 70 because there was always, if you look at the historical charts, it always went down during even bull runs about 30% during like the first cool off period. But it looks like there's just way too much buying pressure for Bitcoin right now. So I don't see that is gonna go down below 9, at least 92 to 90,000 is where I see it going. Because once they do sell all this, if they sell it at once, it might even go down to like 88. But I don't think it's going to go any lower than that. And if it does, it'll come right back up even quicker. And it's not even a bad thing for the market. It's a good thing because it's going to give the market even more of a pump later on. So I'll go over just really quickly some of the gainers. Number one is that first crypto president coin, Trump. It's up 3,000%. Then number two, you got Liberty World Financial at 2,000%. And then number three, you got a Cat X. That's a meme coin at 1,984%. Number four, Baby Tiger. You got it at 585% up. And then, oh wow, you got. I was only going to go over the top five, but I'll do seven because number 6 and 7 are both Trump coins that are up 500 and 400%. But number 5, shout out to you guys if you hold on to PopCat, it went up 300%. I did have PopCat back in the day, and I sold it because I was like, I don't know, man. A lot of people are kind of the meme coins. I feel like the dog coins are always the ones that are kind of popping more. But yeah, it looks like PopCat.
That's right. The dog coins are. That's
No,
right.
but PopCat right now is beating out. I mean, you got Cat X is number 3, so and Baby Tiger is number 4. So you got cat coins actually making a comeback, and they're outperforming the dog meme coins right now at this very point.
Just remember what the number 1 meme coin is.
Doge.
Just remember that. That's right, baby. I got a lot of that.
We gotta make a meme coin out of your dog, man. He's just too cute.
It's a great idea.
Make
it's
some
the boy.
Dude, we can literally call the meme coin Rocky Bear. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna be a hitter.
RB.
Straight up. Oh man. Yeah. So yeah, that's our golf segment of the day. Let's move on. I want to go through astrology today with you guys.
Oh yes, love to hear the astrology. Got to hear about that.
Exactly. So it's brief astrology readings, and I'm gonna chime in. Me and Jay are gonna chime in on what we think it kind of means for your guys' signs. But let's go on with that one. Let me share the screen with you guys real quick for astrology. Here it is. Okay. So first, like I said, I go by the order of house. The first sign in the house is Aries. That's me. I am an Aries, and for my horoscope today, which I haven't even read yet, suppose you've been feeling adrift. Your spark returns today, beloved Ram. So basically, I mean, yesterday I was feeling adrift because I was on a journey, and today my spark has returned. So I think this is spot on for my sign. Obviously, all you other Aries out there, I don't know if you kind of been feeling that way the other day or a couple days where you've been kind of just floating in the clouds, but definitely you got that umph again today, and more power to you guys. Make it happen. Whatever you're dealing with, just I mean, as Aries, I can relate to you guys, and we just got to move forward. There's no turning back. So just keep going. Let's go over Taurus. Taurus, find ways to infuse your heart with warmth, dearest Taurus. So you got to find ways to infuse your heart. I mean, you got to sometimes look outside the box. If what you're going through is not where your heart is, you got to look outside the box. But you got to keep moving on and find ways. What do you take from the Taurus one, Jay?
I would say, yeah, what you just said.
Yeah, just got to find a way, right?
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, you have to, with your heart.
If there's a will, there's a way. That's what they say.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Especially for the heart.
Exactly.
You got to go with you got to fulfill.
Definitely. So moving on to the twins, Gemini. Your thoughts brighten as the moon migrates into Leo. So I guess there's a Leo moon right now in the cosmos. That's
interesting.
That's on you. This might be the time for you to shine because it is the Leo moving in. But yeah, your thoughts brighten. So basically, I guess you guys are really the Geminis. You guys are really affected by Leo's moon. You guys are affected by that. So your thoughts should be on the more positive side on that one. Cancer, Luna exits your sign and makes her debut into warming Leo. So there's really nothing they're saying about what's going on with you guys. Is just that they're saying that the Luna is exiting your sign. So Seems like, and I mean, they're saying a warming Leo, so it seems like you guys are gonna have like maybe some good emotions towards the next few. As long as Leo's in your guys' sign, it looks like you guys are gonna be warming up a little bit to the world. Let's go over your sign, Jay, Leo.
All
Sign.
right.
The moon creeps into your sign during the very early hours. So I don't know, just talking about the moon. It's not really giving us much detail about it,
In
but
the early hours. I don't know. That's when I'm up at those early hours. So I
exactly.
always feel one and feel like clarity and all that at those times. So
Yeah,
makes
exactly.
sense.
Exactly. Virgo, honor what you need to feel safe, stable, and warm. So
Okay.
yeah, honor what you need because you want to feel comfortable in any situation, and I think part of that feeling safe is feeling comfortable and stable. Stability, I think, in people's lives is very important because if you don't have stability, you're at a free fall. And when you're in a free fall, then there's nobody there really to catch you. And if there is, then you don't know how far down that free fall will go before they do catch you. So,
Yeah.
that's important. Libra, you'll catch the eye of important members of your social sphere today. So, yeah, Libra. I mean, this kind of to me sounds. I don't know if it sounds to you like that too, Jay, but to me, it kind of sounds like they're talking more about maybe their corporate life or like their work life, where what I mean. If they're in like they have a social sphere that's around their work life that they can catch the eye of important members of that sphere. Do you kind of take that as it is, or is it more like you think just like their friends and stuff and family?
It depends. It depends on their situations, what
Right.
they're going through.
That's true.
That's what
That's
I
true.
would say, depending on the day, and
Yeah,
what's going through. Like there could be many different, yeah, that could be different things.
exactly. Exactly. Moving on to Scorpio, your confidence grows when you exercise resilience. So, yeah, exercise resilience because you're going to get more confidence. That's an easy one.
It's a very easy one.
Yeah, yeah. Sagittarius, make each moment magical as the moon enters Leo. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, my wife's a Sagittarius. So, I might be having some magical moments tonight. Just FYI. Never know. Never know. Let's go to
Love it.
Capricorn, permit yourself to be proud of the transformations you've embraced. So, yeah, Capricorn, if you're doing good in your life, if what you're doing is making you happy, just permit yourself to be proud of that. Don't think that what you're doing is not the right thing because according to your astrology, it says that you should be proud of that transformation. And once you're proud of it, you're going to accept it more, and then you'll be able to keep moving forward and make it even a bigger transformation and a bigger impact on your life, Capricorn. Would you kind of agree on that one, Jay?
Of course.
All right. Let's move on to Aquarius. Appreciate the people who act as shining spots in your life. So yeah, just be appreciative, Aquarius, because sometimes you have a few of those close friends and you have close people around you, and it's always good to show that appreciation to those people as well, because if you don't, then after a while those people might lean the other way. They might not, if they don't feel appreciated, and Aquarius, I know sometimes with Aquarius it might be a little bit hard to show that appreciation, but when you are there, just think about those people and show that appreciation. And last but not least, let's go over Pisces. You'll gain confidence with each healthy and organized decision made. So, yeah, what do you think about that one, Jay? Pisces, you'll gain confidence with each healthy and organized decision made.
I mean, it's self-explanatory, man. You
Right,
make your decisions, and then you got to be confident in it. You know,
right. You'll gain
very
confidence.
very easy. Very, yeah, you know what I mean. Just
Yeah,
be confident in what you're, you know, in your decisions.
yeah, and as
You
long
know,
as if you're confident, you're going to most likely have healthy decisions in the first place.
yeah, that's
And
what I
or
mean.
top of that, so yeah, if you make, you'll gain confidence by making those decisions that are
Yeah,
healthy and
that's what I
organized.
mean.
So yeah. Yeah, so that's our astrology segment of the day. Let's move on. Let me stop sharing the screen here. Let's move on today, and we're gonna do the weather. Our favorite weather. I think I think a lot of the U.S. is kind of getting out of this cold grip, so it's not as cold that it has been in the past couple of days. I
Mhm.
actually, when I was driving to New Mexico yesterday, it did actually snow in one area of New Mexico, kind of by Grants, New Mexico, and it was a little bit scary because all of a sudden, I'm like driving
Oh
like 80
wow.
per hour, and I'm like, damn, what happens? Like I had to slow down because I was like, damn, like I don't want to like slide off the road or something. You know what I mean? Like who knows how
Yeah.
good they're taking care of the roads. But that being said, let me get into the weather with you guys. 1 second to pull that up for you guys. There we go. So currently, it looks like the cold spell is kind of moving out of Texas and moving out of the southern states. Hottest spot of the day, you're looking in Miami. If you guys want to go enjoy that sun, 72 in Miami. Jacksonville, you guys are at 58, so you guys are still kind of more seasonal. Atlanta, you guys are in the 48s, so you guys are getting a little bit warmer right now. Texas, you guys, Dallas, you're at 56. Houston, you guys are in the 50s. I would say that you guys are getting out of that cold spell now too. You guys are getting more into the mild weather. Albuquerque, New Mexico, where I was today, where I flew out of, 41. You got Phoenix at 64, Flagstaff at 34. Real big difference right there. Where we at, San Francisco, we got 57 degrees, nice and mild. If you want to enjoy the California sun, you're gonna have to drive down or fly down to San Diego. They got 64. They're the warmest in all of California. And as soon as you start crossing into Oregon borders, you're gonna be more into like the 40s, 30s, and 40s. Looks like interior of Oregon, kind of. I don't know what city that would be, but it's actually like 51. So I don't know what's going on in the interior of Oregon, but it's warmer than the rest of the places around that area. Seattle, you guys are at 42. Chicago, you guys are still in a polar vortex, 15 degrees only. So you guys bundle up out there. New York, you guys are in the 30s again, or still, I would say. It looks like the kind of polar vortex that was there is moving away. And yeah, the only other state I'm going to mention here is where our boys at, and that's Utah. You guys are at 36,
Ow.
so
Sorry,
little
apologies.
a
No,
little bit
my
of what
Amazon
happened.
was at my door. Amazon was
Oh,
at my door. Sorry. Yeah, they rang my I don't know if you heard, but they rang my thing on and it went off on my phone. So I was like, oh,
oh,
just had to make sure to tell them to put it. Big
we didn't.
package, big package, you know.
But yeah, Salt Lake City 36, and last but not least, Denver. You guys are in the 30s right now, 39 degrees. It looks like. So that's the weather for you guys. It's looking good. It looks like we're starting to get a little bit of that heat back, and I feel like pretty soon, hopefully, you guys up in the northern states will start getting a little bit warmer too. It looks like this polar vortex is starting to not grip the Midwest like it was before. Yeah, shout out to Minnesota because one of you guys are like 3 degrees and 5 degrees right now. So man, just it looks like you guys are the coldest in the whole nation right now. So just bundle up out there, stay warm, stay warm, man. We feel you, and we when we pray for you guys here at Average Day Joe's for all the communities that are affected by this like real cold grip right now.
Well, lucky they have the skywalk in Minnesota, so you
Oh,
know,
I know. I know.
you
Minnesota. I
walk
mean,
through that.
yeah, and the way it's built, they're used to the cold somewhat. I mean, even my
That's what I
sister,
mean.
Minnesota, and their infrastructure is just really par on with the cold weather because they expect it anyway.
That's what I mean. So
Yeah. Have you ever been to Minnesota?
no, I have a couple friends from Minnesota. They
Uh-huh.
always told me about the skywalk. I've always wanted to go to Minnesota, actually. I
Right.
know that's the biggest mall in the world there, right?
Yeah. Yeah. The
Yeah.
great, what is it called? The Great Mall of America or
I,
something like that.
Mall of America. There you go. Yeah. I just
Because
always wanted to go because when I was a kid, I used to watch the Mighty Ducks,
yeah, I remember that movie
and that
too.
was in the Mighty Ducks.
Minnesota. I've been to Minnesota because my sister lived there, and you know what? That's a
Yeah.
really unique place because it's called the land of 10,000 lakes.
Uh huh.
And literally, like even when you're flying, into Minnesota, man,
Yeah.
there's lakes everywhere. Like it's crazy to me. You can literally buy land, and your land most likely will have a lake on it.
Wow.
In Minnesota, yeah, it's really cool. And that mall is really cool too. I mean, recently I heard that they actually have been shutting down a lot of stores there.
Uh
So
huh.
Yeah, so but that's kind of happening all around the country right now.
Yeah.
But when I was there, it was really cool. It's so huge. Like you literally, like you need like a few days to like walk the whole mall. Like it's a huge mall.
Is that big?
Yeah, it's really big. It's a really big mall. But I think it's like 3 stories or something. It's a huge mall. But the
Wow.
one cool thing that I do remember out of the mall when I was there, and this was years ago, they had a huge, like super tall, a transformer that was inside the mall. Like they built a
Oh,
transformer, and he was inside the mall, but it was huge. You know what I mean? Like a
yeah.
two level transformer.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
man.
shout out to Minnesota, man. I know we don't really talk about Minnesota too much, and even Minnesota, we feel you guys, man. We love you guys, So
Well, considering they just got spanked by the Rams yesterday.
that's what I'm saying, man. We show the love, even though you guys got spanked, we're trying to show the love. We shout out to Minnesota, man. For handling that loss, like true champions, with
Right.
no rioting and looting in Minnesota.
I don't think they have that problem over there.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. It's good out there. It's good. All right. So let's move on to our last segment, which is our conspiracy theory of the day.
Yes.
This one is on me. I know that you have your assumptions on this, and I have mine. I think we actually have a little bit different viewpoints on this, but I wanted to go over with you guys. Let me share the screen with you guys. But I wanted to go over, and drop us in the comments when we're talking about this, or when you guys watch the show later, because we definitely answer all the comments that come through, and
Always.
we
Yeah.
definitely want to know what you guys think. But I wanted to talk about the moon landing for NASA and the conspiracy theory that this was all faked. In my opinion, personally, and from the evidence that's out there, I definitely feel that we have not gone to the moon because there's just way too many things that that I would say have been said that just to me is like, yeah, this makes sense why we didn't go to the moon. And one of those things is like after we went to the moon, supposedly the government lost all the like calculations and all this stuff that was made for us to be able to even go up to the moon and propel us up there. All that, all those documents, everything was lost. That's kind of like one big thing that I kind of was like, huh, why would all this all of a sudden, like, I mean, there's such important information and yet it got lost. Like, I don't understand that, what I mean? So that to me was kind of already a heads up. But then on top of that, I'm gonna go over the top 10 reasons why I feel that the moon landing and all the NASA going up to space, I feel like that all is BS, and this is just my opinion. But let me go over this with you guys. Number one, every time they're up in space, there's in their photos there's a lack of stars in their photos. I always notice this. I don't know, Jay. Have you seen the photos when they're up in space? Like, do you notice there's never any stars in the background?
It really depends on the stuff you're talking about.
Right, right. So
You know.
that's just my take. If you guys look at any of the photos that you guys see, you'll never see like stars from even back in the day when they went to the moon. Like, there's no stars ever. So, number two, the waving flag. So when they put the U.S. flag onto the moon, a lot of skeptics argue it's impossible in the vacuum of space that there would be a waving flag. The flag had a horizontal support rod to hold it open, and the waving motion occurred because of the astronauts' handling of the pole. Without air resistance, the flag continued moving after being adjusted. So, I mean, on the moon, basically, I mean, there's very little gravity, and I mean, from what I understand, there's no wind on the moon, and yet, you know what I mean? There's a waving flag that is like supposedly like wind is making this flag appear to be like that it is wind there. So I don't know. That's number two. The reason why I kind of thought that we didn't go to the moon. Number three is the shadow and lighting. The shadows in the moon photos appear inconsistent as though multiple light sources were used. So it kind of looks like they were maybe doing this in the studio. That's kind of what my belief is on that one. Number four, no blast crater. The lunar module should have created a blast crater beneath it upon landing. And then when you look at the photos of when we did land, when the lunar module did land, there was really nothing on the ground that showed that we would have landed there. Like there was no kind of print of all whatsoever that something foreign landed on the moon. So that was also kind of like a big take for me. Number 5, the radiation from the Van Allen belts. Astronauts should have died passing through the Van Allen radiation belts because that is high radiation. Granted, they do say that the spacecraft were designed with sufficient shielding and that the radiation would not. But I forgot the name. I forgot the name of that mission that they did, but there was that. I think it was the Columbia, right? When it went up and then it like blew up as soon as it got to a certain point up in the sky. Do you remember that, Jay?
I don't remember the name of
Yeah,
the.
I think it was Columbia though. But you do remember that when that happened, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, so it looked like they hit the radiation belts and they weren't able to make it past. Granted, they said that there were some kind of leaks or something, but I don't know, man, because the scientists and everybody like they inspect those crafts like crazy, like what I mean, like airplanes are inspected like vigorously. So you would think that a spaceship, especially a spaceship that has to go through the radiation belts, is going to be inspected like 10 times better than any aircraft. So for them to have leaks and to have blown up like that, I don't know. That just to me is a little bit out there. So I don't know. That's just my theory on that. Number 6, perfectly clear footprints. The clarity of the astronauts' footprints suggests that they were made on the set rather than on the moon's powdery surface because they had just such high clarity of these footprints of the astronauts. That's just something that's out there. I don't know that, to me, footprints, because they had boots on that were something they were, they had like special space boots. So for me, that could have gone either way because their boots might have like, what I mean, maybe not, or maybe the way that their boots are made showed a much better clarity than a real like footprint would of like a shoe or something. But that could go both ways. But I did kind of see that one. Number 7 is the high quality photography. The photographs taken on the moon were too perfect to have been captured in such conditions. That's what they're saying on that one, and that was like in the 70s. So yeah, we just had like these perfect photography on the moon. When yet, you do have like little gravity, and it's really hard to like even stand on the moon. But yet, we're able to take these perfect photography of the moon at that time. Number 8, sea rock and stage props. A moon rock in the photo appears to have a sea marking, suggesting as a prop. And yeah, there's a lot of controversy with the whole stage prop thing because a lot of it looks like they're doing it underwater to kind of mimic the whole gravity thing. But I definitely seen a lot of like, especially when they just go up to the International Space Station. I do feel like when they're doing those like CNN interviews and all like these astronauts, that there's been times where even though like there's gravity or something. Oh, the one thing I remember was one of the astronauts, her hair was like all up because they have like very little gravity or something. But at the time, they were in an air pressure system where there was no gravity, but yet her hair was standing up like there was gravity. So there's just a lot of inconsistency when they are doing these, interviews back into like the Earth. It's just, I don't know. To me, it does definitely look like there's a lot of stage props going on. Number 9 for that one is there's no exhaust flame. The lunar module's engine produced no visible flame, which skeptics argue indicates fakery. I mean, every time any shuttle goes up, you definitely see that there's rocket propellers and that there's massive fire from the power that's making these spaceships go up into space. So and when the lunar module went up there was no visible flame. So that could also be a possibility. That could have been faked. And last but not least, astronaut safety and logistics. Their technology of the 1960s was way too primitive for such a complex mission. At that time, we were in a space war with like Russia and maybe even China. So we were all trying to outbuild each other. And one of us needed to show the other country that we were space dominant. So I feel like we could have just faked it because then we showed that dominance and we're like, yeah, we're the first ones in space. You guys can't mess with us. We have all the technology that we need. But it was 1960 at the time. So yeah, it could have, I don't know. I mean, in 1960, the technology, like literally, I think 1960 we had like these massive computers that were not even like public use yet, and they were like those massive computers, like our cell phones can literally do like 10 times the computation that these computers in the 60s were able to do. So that's kind of why I feel like we didn't even have the technology back then to be able to do such a complex mission. And yeah, that's kind of what I feel about. These are my 10 facts why I feel we didn't go to the moon. I know you have a different theory on this, Jay. What do you think compared to like all the stuff you hear? Do you think we went to the moon?
Of course,
Yeah,
I think we've had technology. We just don't show everyone. I think we still have technology that's, within NASA and the government.
yeah, yeah,
We have all that we have all the technology from everything. So them going to the moon before, of course they did. You know what I mean? They've had that technology. I believe they went. I believe what they saw on the moon is very different.
yeah. No,
That's the difference. And I believe that's why we haven't gone back to the moon.
right.
Notice how we're going to Mars.
Yeah, I
Very
know.
different.
I know.
See what I mean? Like, so I believe we've been on the moon. I just believe there's reasoning why we didn't go back.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
lot of reasoning,
I mean,
you know.
yeah. Supposedly, the other side of the moon that never shows itself is like the dark side of the moon.
Uh-huh.
I feel like there is a lot of controversy on that side of the moon too. Because
There's a lot of stuff on the moon, man.
yeah,
So,
definitely. And I don't know if you've seen this clip, but I've seen a clip. It was maybe like 3 years ago, and somebody from Earth like zoomed in on the moon, and they had like a really powerful, I think it was like a telescope, and they
hmm
zoomed in on the moon, and all of a sudden, like as it was zoomed in, you can see some kind of spacecraft. Like there was three of them, and
yeah,
they kind of like just like took off from the moon, and then they were like
yep.
going somewhere. Did you see that clip or no?
I think I saw something like that for sure. But that's my point. There's a lot on the moon that I think that's why we haven't gone back.
Yeah, definitely. And
That's what I believe.
And that also to me would make sense why we would have all of a sudden lost all these like calculations and stuff, that
hmm
would have let us go back to the moon.
Yeah,
Because yeah, like you said, we maybe we did go to the moon and they encountered something that they're like, you know what,
I guarantee it. I
yeah,
guarantee it.
definitely.
All this stuff is going to be when we're in space. Remember, we're going to be interplanetary with Elon. We're going to go to
Yeah,
Mars, right? There's going to be a space station in the next couple of years where you can fly up, and
mhm,
there's going to be a hotel up there in
yeah,
space.
right,
So all this stuff is going to be a lot more known, but also people are going to see a lot more things as well in space.
right, right.
So that's why I believe we've been there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and like
Yeah,
I said, I believe they hide technology from us. So I believe we've had technology for many, many, many years.
yeah,
You know
yeah.
what I'm saying?
I mean,
So
and I know we talked about this earlier too, but I definitely feel like one of the reasons also why I feel we didn't go to the moon is because, uh, Elon Musk's SpaceX, they were launching rockets into space, and
uh-huh.
he was on the Joe Rogan show, and he was even saying on the Joe Rogan show that there's like a barrier that they can't get past, and every time they
Yeah.
shoot rockets up, it always explodes
Yep.
at a certain point, and that's like the ether, or that's what they called it, and they can't get past the ether. And I know you were saying that we were talking about this earlier, and you were saying that space rockets are that the actual space the shuttles that they're much bigger,
Yep.
and that's the reason why, because a
Built
rocket
different. Built
built.
different. You know what
So
I mean? Like Elon will figure it out when he
yeah,
does.
definitely, I'm sure he
You
will.
know
I
what I
mean,
mean?
genius,
Yeah.
so I can figure it out. But
That's what
but
I mean.
as of right now, I do feel that because he did like literally like disclose that to the public that there is something kind of a barrier up there.
Of course
I
there is.
Yeah, so I definitely felt like, you know what, if his rockets are not going to go up, then I don't feel like our shuttles have ever gone up before either, because they would have just blown up. Maybe even
Uh,
that's why
he's in
they
he's
were.
in battle with these. He's in battle with them, bro. That's a whole nother. That's what I mean. He's battling a whole nother thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like
right.
NASA and everything. He like there. That's competition, bro.
Yeah.
Why are they gonna give? Why would NASA give him all the secrets? Give
No, for
him the
sure.
go. Give him this. Give him that. They don't want to do that.
Right, right,
You know what I mean?
right.
Obviously, government has a little more. Like he'll figure it out. He'll figure it out. We'll leave it at that.
And I'm sure once he started launching SpaceX and everything, I know the government went up to him and like made him sign super like disclosure agreements that he
Of course,
cannot, disclose a whole bunch of stuff that
that's what
he's,
I'm saying.
you
Like
know,
you know what I mean? He'll figure it out though. He'll get us. Because yeah, I believe there's just a lot more in space too
do you
than they
think
tell us.
Do you think that with Trump in office, and he's so much like for the people, and he's all about disclosure and letting everybody know everything? Do you think he might let us know that yes, there is like aliens or UFOs and all this stuff? Do you
I
think he would?
think if you already know life, you already know this stuff.
Right. But for all the non-believers, I'm saying the people that don't like totally like, no, if I don't see it, I don't believe it type thing. Do you think?
I get it, but if you're that arrogant to think that, hey, more power to you, bro.
I mean, in my opinion, I feel like we're just a tiny little speck in this whole cosmos. How can one little tiny planet Earth be the only like living and habitable, like, what I mean, habitat? Like,
Exactly. So I mean, all you have to do is do your research. You already know there's other entities out there, bro. It's common sense.
and
Common sense, bro.
right. And me personally living in New Mexico and Albuquerque before, I got to explore a little bit of the whole Roswell thing, and
Oh yeah.
Roswell, I think it was like the 40s where the UFO crashed, and they really try to cover it up too, but there was no covering that up. Even up to now, you go to Roswell, New Mexico, and it's like the whole city is literally like circled around aliens, and you know what I mean? Like that's like the whole like business model now is all about aliens, like the UFO crash.
Well, we've had their technology, bro. You think that's the only time? Come on, man. Every time alien like crafts crash, UFOs crash and stuff, you don't think the government takes it, learns it, and then okay, cool, this is ours now, and we probably fly it.
Right.
We probably have pilots that fly it, and then you see it in the sky, like, oh damn, UFO. You know what I mean? Guarantee it.
I think so for sure. That's why I'm sure that's why they build like Area 51 so that they can redo they can reverse engineer all these like like spacecraft and stuff.
Exactly.
From what I understand, a lot of these like UFO spacecraft that they do catch are like they're like anti-gravity, and they have like it's all about like magnetic movement supposedly. Like they use a lot of like magnetic type technology. So. Yeah, it's crazy. But I also did hear that there was a guy who like went up to this like really tall peak that was close to Area 51, and he actually had a pair of night vision goggles, right? So at nighttime he put them on, and he said that once he put those night goggles on, he was able to see like a whole bunch of spacecraft that you couldn't see with the naked eye if you didn't have those.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
I believe it.
And that like really intrigued me. I was like, damn, I need to buy some space, some nighttime, some.
Well, think about learning that stuff. Think about learning those crafts like the UFOs you're talking about.
Yeah.
Think about learning that stuff. So.
Definitely. Yeah, it's the deep and the unknown. Like a lot of stuff that we.
Well, like you said, you don't believe we've been to. I believe we've been to the moon. I believe, we've been to the moon, we've been to Mars. I believe we know a lot more about space than what they disclose.
Yeah,
and that's going to come in the next few years. You're going to see. I mean, whoever gets to go up there, if you want to pay for that, you know what I mean? You're going to see a whole nother life.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
It's true.
Think about that. You're talking about, the rockets explode, of course, but think about it. How are we going to go to the space station up there and stay there?
Yeah.
Have you thought about that?
I mean, if they actually build it, I'll be like, okay, we definitely probably went to the moon. Once they actually
we're not building it. It's the guy from UK that's building it.
Oh, okay.
I forgot his name. So that it should be open in the next few years. Obviously it's going to cost a lot of money to get up there, but you got that money, you go up there, huh?
It's not Branson, is it?
No, he has his space program though, but it's not Branson. I forgot the guy's name.
Oh, okay.
But it's gonna be up there. It's like it's a big circular thing, and it's gonna have the hotels in it, restaurants, everything. So that's my point. When that is there, and we're allowed to go up there, would you think now? Oh yeah, we've probably been to the moon.
Then when that happens, you know what I'm gonna do, bro?
You're gonna want to go up there.
Not even that, but the first thing I'm gonna do, because I wanna get a custom to Mars. You know what I'm gonna do?
What?
I'm gonna turn on that throwback Total Recall, and I'm gonna rewatch Total Recall, bro.
I gotta throw that on sometime. I love that movie. That's a great movie, man.
I know, right?
That's a good one, man. Shout out Arnold, man. That's a great movie.
Yeah,
I
no.
didn't see
See,
the new one. I know they remade it, but I didn't see it.
I didn't see it either because once you watch that original, like there's,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even think I'm like really wanting to see the new one. That was such a classic.
Yeah, I know. It's hard to. It's exactly, man. Arnold is Arnold, man. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That was such a good movie, and like you said before, like we were talking about in the show, some of these movies when they're made, it's like a
Yeah,
premonition of what is to come type thing. So
of course.
I definitely,
Well, that's what I mean. You have to. They space it out like that, especially with technology and those type of things, so people don't go crazy or however you want to put it. Chaotic.
definitely.
But that's why I believe. I believe we've been to the moon, Mars, and a lot of other places in space. You
Yeah.
know. But I also believe that we didn't go back to the moon because of what we saw
Right.
and what we were probably told.
Don't you think though that if there's stuff like that on the moon, that Mars might equally have its own stuff? You know what I mean? That
What do you mean? Oh,
like
there's plenty of stuff on Mars, I'm sure, but it's also a planet,
right.
you know? So
The
that's what I
crazy
mean.
the crazy thing to me about Mars is that they actually have water on Mars that's like
Yeah.
frozen, I guess, underneath Mars. So
Well, you heard the theory. I don't. We should bring it up sometime that we're from Mars.
oh really? I didn't even hear that there.
So yeah, so basically they had that whole war, and everything was going on, and then the people migrated from Mars to here, and then
Ah,
Mars nuclear everything done,
yeah.
and that's why Mars became Mars, and then we're here.
Right.
There's a whole theory on that. We'll bring that up sometime, but yeah, you can look it up.
The one thing
It actually sounds very. When I heard, I was like, it actually sounded wow. That made a lot of sense to me.
right. I don't know if you heard though. I even heard that because I used to study kind of like the planets. I was into space always type
Yeah.
thing.
Uh-huh.
Did you hear? I don't know. It was one of the planets that's like closest to the sun. I don't know if it's like Mercury or Venus or something.
Uh-huh.
But on one of those planets, like when it rains diamonds because of the
Yeah.
composition of like
I
the
believe it's Neptune, maybe.
maybe
Is it
Neptune.
Neptune?
I know it was one of the closer sun planets, but
Yeah, I heard that too.
yeah. But there was like the whole the composition of the way that planet what it's
Yeah.
made, the whole like chemical
I
balance.
forgot which planet, but you're right. I heard about that.
Yeah. Growing up, what was always like your favorite planet just by like the looks of it and everything? Like, did you have a favorite?
I didn't. I mean, I would have said Saturn
Saturn was it? Do you like
because of the
rings?
big rings. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's not like I studied the planets or anything. I just thought it looked cool.
Yeah. And
You
and
know.
for me personally, and this is not because I'm from San Francisco, but my favorite planet always was Uranus, because Uranus, if you look at the planet, like the colors that are in Uranus,
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah.
like wow, like it's like a turquoise blue in there, and you
Yeah.
got all the mixed colors. Like I don't know, but for me, I always awed Uranus. I'm like wow, this planet is beautiful. You know what I mean? The way it looks
Yeah.
from the pictures that I saw, obviously, but.
Apparently, the theory too, not just Mars, that there was another planet between Mars and here that blew up
Oh, really? There was?
from the war, like a nuclear war in the sky. There was
Definitely.
another planet that was in between here and Mars.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't
So,
know that.
yeah,
I
crazy
did hear
theories, man.
that there is like because I forgot exactly like how many planets we have, but they did say that they just recently discovered a whole another planet that is in our solar system that is part of that whole planet belt. But I
Yeah,
forgot exactly like if it's like after Pluto or what planet it is. But they did find some. You know what I mean? I mean,
they're always discovering stuff,
that's
man.
what I'm saying. The cosmos is so big. Like I mean, I'm sure
Yeah,
there's like we probably don't even know 1% of like what really is happening in the cosmos. You know what I mean? It's
not
just
even
kind of
close, man.
the stuff that we see.
Not even close.
Right.
We don't even. We barely know the sky, let alone our oceans.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know that. We don't.
Exactly.
We don't even know our oceans, bro.
Exactly.
So.
That's crazy. Crazy. Well, anyway, to end this all, I'm just going to give you guys a quick update. This is our health segment because we're all about health and happiness here at the Average Day
Yes,
Joes.
sir.
So if you guys don't know, if you guys tune in for the first time, I am doing a 44-day fast. I'm not eating anything for 44 days. I wanted to lose some weight. I had a little bit of health issues, and I've done this before, and I was always able to clear my health issues by fasting. And it honestly looks like it's working again, because a lot of the health issues that I had are kind of going away. And I'm sure that also has to do hand in hand with me going to the gym and working on myself as well. But yeah, the fast alone, I have tremendous success with it, and I feel like anybody that's sick out there, especially if you're like diabetes, that is a reversible condition by doing fasting. Obviously, we're not doctors; this is not medical advice, but always do your own research, and if you have an emergency, always go see your doctor. But definitely, if you are just somebody who has lack of energy, or you just want to change your life up, if you want to kind of maybe get more in tune with your spirituality side, fasting definitely for me is the way to go. You're definitely going to be able to improve yourself, your health, your spirituality, your relationships. I feel like it improves everything. And I feel like I'm a lot more humble when I'm fasting. I see things that I haven't seen before. I feel like I'm even more connected with animals. Like on our trip, I seen coyotes that, you know what I mean, I would have never even seen, because I wouldn't be looking for stuff like that. But I definitely get like a lot of like guidance, I would say, you know what I mean, when I'm doing it from like spirituality wise. And yeah, you see what I'm doing, Jay, and you kind of see my transformation and what's happening too. I did start, it was 8 days ago, I believe it was like on the 7th of last week. So I did, if you go back to, I believe it was episode number 2, I took a picture of how much I weighed at that point, and it was at 240 pounds. So every week I'm going to weigh myself, and I did weigh myself today. So I just want to give you guys a little update for all you people who think it's so hard to lose weight, or that you have to run miles and miles every day to lose that kind of weight. I want to
What
show
are you
you.
at?
I want to show you what I was able to do in 7 days or 8 days now. So let me see if hopefully I can pull this up, because this is not part of my tabs, but
Let's see what you're at. Oh, this is good because you've been working out too. So
yeah, working out. So let
uh,
me see how I can pull this up for you guys. Shoot, I always forget. Hold on 1 second. Just bear with me. Okay, let me share the screen. Select the tab to share. I wonder if
I wonder what you're at. I'm curious. This is good.
shoot. I don't. You know what? Mhm. Because it's not a tab, it's hard for me to share this tab. But you know what? For the people, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna have to do this a different way than I thought I was gonna do. So give me 1 second, because I really want to share this with you guys. I have
I
to pull
bet.
it. I'm just gonna
I'm
go through,
curious.
because I saved the image on my email. I was trying to put
Oh,
it up,
okay. Okay.
but I didn't. So let me just go through this. Hopefully, okay, cool. Let me share this with you guys real quick. Okay, here it is. Here it is for the people. A drum roll, please, because yeah, it's 8 days, 8 days, and it's all the people that say you guys it's very hard for you guys to lose weight. Honestly, just stop eating. That's all I'm gonna say. Just stop eating. So this is where I'm at right now. If you guys can see this, I don't know if you guys can see this or not.
I can't. What you just read it to me.
Okay, so right here I'm at I could probably no, I can't. So yeah, 219 pounds right now.
And you were what?
40, a
Oh
week ago,
wow.
1 week ago.
21 in 1 week. Ooh, man.
Yep. 1 week.
Nice.
One
And you've
week.
been exercising. You've been lifting too. So
Say I've been exercising, I've been lifting, I'm not eating anything, I still have
yeah.
energy. The first, and honestly, is the first 3 or 4 days that are the hardest, because your mind
Yeah.
literally starts playing tricks on you, and you just like
Yeah.
are able to start even like tasting the food that you love the most. But
Yeah.
after like the 4th day, that kind of all diminishes, and your stomach starts to shrink like drastically. And I know some of you guys don't want to hear this, but I'm going to give you guys a little bit of my bathroom routine. So when I go number 2, the first 2-3 days when I started my fast, I couldn't even go number 2 at all, because everything was so clogged, and I just had all this like cloggedness in me. And then after like the 3rd day, I started actually like going to the bathroom again. And then I remember just like one of those days that leads up to this 8th day, I just all of a sudden I had to go to the bathroom, and when I went, I could tell by what I saw, that it was like a lot of like just basically everything that was stuck. It just kind of came out of me at that point, and I was like, okay. And from there, I actually once that cleared, I feel like my weight started even more drastically being able to go down. And the other day, when I went to the bathroom and I did, my number two, what came out of me actually now, because it's not all it is now is mucus. The cause of all disease, you got to understand, is mucus. Is mucus buildup, and then it'll lead to all the other health problems, including cancer and everything else. And when you go on a fast like me for 44 days, after like the seventh, sixth day, you're depending on how big you are and how you're taking care of yourself, but up to the 44 days, you'll still be going to the bathroom. You'll still be doing your what you got to do. But at a certain point, after you get rid of it, all that bad stuff, you're just literally getting rid of mucus out of your body. It's kind of crazy to say and see, but yeah, man, it's a journey. It's definitely a journey.
Wow.
So yeah, just wanted to give you guys a little quick update. So
wow.
20 pounds, 21 pounds in 8 days. For all you non-believers, you guys can do this too. Like I said, if you guys want to lose weight, just go ahead and start your fast, and you'll have the strongest mind you guys ever had. And to me, that's also a way that I see you can unplug yourself from the matrix, as you call it, because then you definitely think a lot more clearly and you can control your life a little bit better. And that being said, that is the end of our show today. We thank you guys for sticking with us and being here with us. We love to do the show for you guys. We love to give you every day the trending topics of the day. We always talk about our sports segment, our health. Basically, it's our foundation: health, wealth, and happiness. That's what we talk about. And we give it to you live, raw, and uncut. And sometimes we mess up a little bit, but it's all good. We're here for you guys, and we're not perfect. We're humans. We're not AI. We're here. Any final words for the people, for the Average Day Joe community, Jay?
Well, just stay blessed, man, and stay focused.
Stay blessed, stay focused, like we always say. We love you guys, and thank you for coming. Tomorrow we'll be back on. We usually try to get on around 2 p.m. We sometimes are 5-10 minutes late, but we're always on around the 2 o'clock hour, so 2 p.m. Pacific time, that is.
Yes,
so
sir.
yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay blessed, health, wealth, and happiness, and tune into our shorts. We have a lot of shorts up, and we're going to put up more in the coming days. And that's you can find us on Average Day Joes on pretty much every platform except Instagram, I believe. Where was it Instagram? Where we have Average Day Joes 5 as the name. So yeah, so if you guys are exclusively on Instagram, that's the only one where I screwed up. I actually got the name Average Day Joes, but then something happened and I wasn't able to keep the name, and it wouldn't give me the name back. So our name is Average Day Joes 5 on Instagram, but every other platform we're just Average Day Joes at Average Day Joes. So check out our shorts. We have Chef with Jeff episode that we put up over the weekend. That's Jay cooking his steak and showing us kind of what he does for his gym sessions and stuff, and the kind of protein he's taking. And then I did a session yesterday, an episode of with my wife, where it's the episode is called Date with Kate. That's my wife. And I went to Albuquerque yesterday, obviously. That's what we're telling you. And I did record some of that. So I made a whole little video about it. So come check that out on our channel as well. And yeah, hopefully you guys like what you see. And we'll see you guys here back tomorrow, 2 p.m. So stay blessed, guys. Peace out.